Getting nasty on Wednesday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 201, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Cardinals, big win last night, 7-0 domination of the Mets. Extended their winning streak to 5 games. Complete team win. Overall, timely hitting, strong starting pitching, good defense, and a shutout bullpen. Man, they look good last night. How about Alec Burleson, offensive star?
Let's go, baby.
Do you have him?
I did. I had Burley yesterday.
I forgot who had Burley in the home run derby. I was thinking about it last night. Good stuff there, Jamie.
Not me.
Great stuff for Burleson.
He took my guy who doesn't hit home runs.
He doesn't. Yeah, well, he got on base 5 times though.
He's getting on all the time.
It's a great night.
How about Nathan Church with the 3-hit night?
Yeah. I mean, you had contributions up and down the lineup. So Burleson last night, biggest reason the Cardinals won. He had 3 RBI, 2-run homer in the 5th inning, RBI double in the 7th inning. He's continuing to have a strong season. Was already among the National League leaders in RBI entering the game, so he's been excellent. Ivan Herrera, quietly a huge night. 3 hits, hit by pitches twice.
Why is he getting hit by so many pitches?
Crowd the plate.
No, seriously though. So last year was Contreras that got nailed, got plunked a whole bunch. At some point, do you not charge the mound?
Well, I was listening to the radio, and they kind of mentioned because of his open stance, and then he closes, like it might give the pitcher an illusion that he has more room inside than he actually does. Because with that open stance, and then as the ball is coming in, he's closing off to try to hit the ball. So maybe pitchers think that there's more room there than they're
afraid to plunk somebody.
Jamie, I don't think you have to result in fighting every time.
I think that at some point the Cardinals are going to have to send a message.
Thank you.
Where somebody comes flying out and hammers that guy right between the eyes.
Come on, man.
And then the next guy ain't pitching inside.
So here's the thing. In order to do that, and I love you, and I know you're going to agree with this. You got to have, and I firmly believe that all championship teams have at least 1 or 2 crazy, like uncontrollable. You don't know. You hear something about them, you're like, maybe he did that. Like you got a couple. You don't
bother those guys.
You don't bother them.
No.
The Cardinals, I don't believe, have that person on their roster right now.
Who's a bench player right now?
That doesn't mean he's a guy.
You just got to become that guy.
That's not how that works.
It can happen.
You can't wake up one morning and say, yeah, I'm going to go punch somebody in the face if you're not normally punching people in the face. Well, that's how you get punched in the face.
But then you don't know until you do it.
No, I think
what if you do it and it feels pretty good?
He might have 25 years of experience of knowing I'm not a punch a person in the face kind of guy. I'm just saying. You don't understand that because you were a punch a person in the face kind of guy. So to not be a punch a person in the face kind of guy, it doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah, but I wasn't always.
But you were.
You were at a young age.
At a very young age. It started young, right? Yeah. You started as a young lad punching people in the face.
It's my brother's fault.
Don't you dare blame
so
Sean.
At 25, it made sense. Oh, you just punched this guy in the face. But if you've never been a punch a person in the face kind of guy, you wake up at 25 and like, I don't want to punch anybody in the face, man. You can't sleep on that and wake up in the morning and be that.
And you like it.
But if you never tried it,
I gotta give it a shot, maybe.
Yeah.
Just never know.
I don't think it works that way.
Some people aren't punching the face guys.
Yeah.
They might be a punch in the door guy, punching a wall guy.
Or both.
Or both.
Or all of the above.
Or all of the above.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Yeah.
I think those guys that punch doors learn their lesson.
Sometimes.
You might be a grab a bat guy and,
break a bench
apart guy. You never know.
And then someone might tell you, nah, don't do that.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me that bat?
I'm just tired of my guy Herrera getting hit with pitches, that's all.
No, yeah, definitely. 3 hits last night. Hit twice by pitches, scored 3 runs. Anytime you're on base 5 times, score 3 runs. I think you're doing some serious damage there. They weren't the only ones that contribute offensively. J.J. Weatherholt, his 2-run double in the 3rd inning was kind of a turning point in the game. It launched the Cardinals into that range where it's like, okay, this feels like it's going to be a comfortable win, and it was. Cardinals were already threatening at that point. Weatherholt, his hit opened the floodgates in a 4-run inning that essentially put the game completely in the Cardinals' control. And then Jordan Walker added an RBI double, continuing to contribute offensively. That was the O. What about pitching? Dustin May, outstanding last night.
Again.
Outstanding. 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 6 Ks, only walked 1. May hadn't won since April 21st and was 0-4 over his previous 7 starts despite pitching reasonably well to very good. 3.86 ERA during that stretch. This outing finally gave him the result that matched the performance. And obviously, if he could pitch like that consistently, boy, what a boost that is for the Cardinals rotation.
Yeah, I'm starting to really like him as a pitcher. And he's kind of off a little bit. I think he's got a little in him there, and
he's got a little psychopath in him.
A little bit.
I like it.
And I like it a lot. And, man, his stuff is working.
Mm-hmm.
He worked some of those batters last night, throwing the fastball, then the sweeper. Like, it's impressive.
Off balance.
Yeah.
One of the things, and you look at the stat line of a game and you know whether or not a guy threw well, but if you're watching during a game and hitters are constantly off balance, that's a great sign. If their feet are constantly moving, it's what you've told me, Jamie, in watching a goaltender. If a goaltender is very loud in the crease, he's probably going to have a bad night.
He's all over the place. He's going to be the second and third pucks are going to be adventures.
He's unsure, right? You need to be quiet in the crease. You should be stabilized as a hitter, right? Stable. We talked yesterday about you don't want to be striding while that front foot is still up. You want to be back, your hands back, loaded, ready to go. But if you got guys that are dancing in the box like a lot of the Mets hitters last night, you could tell Dustin May had them searching. They were either guessing or they were trying to react to what he was throwing, and they were completely off balance. That was an impressive start last night from him, to say the least. Yeah.
It's fun to watch, man.
Nathan Church, go ahead, Marsh. You had a comment on Dustin May?
With Dustin May, we always talk about strikeouts and whatnot, and that outing could have looked completely different. If you look in the bottom of the second inning, Ewing gets a double. You have one out. He manages to get to third base, and Dustin May strikes out to get the second and third out to get out of that inning. To me, that was the most pivotal part of that game. I know it was a 7-0 game, but if he allows a run or that inning looks different, who knows what the outcome is, because then the Cardinals, the next half inning, wind up putting runs on the board.
Sure.
And they didn't look back. Like, that was the most pivotal part of the game, and it was early in that game too. But because Dustin May has that swing and miss stuff, he was able to get out of that jam.
Okay, what did you just say there? Can you repeat that?
Swing and miss stuff.
Okay. It doesn't have to be the end all. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. We just had this conversation, I felt like a month ago, though. I'm fine. If you don't have it doesn't matter. The strikeouts don't matter. No, they matter when you need it.
Well, look at how.
And he had it.
Look, he 6 strikeouts in 6 innings.
Yes.
1 per inning, averaging it out.
A lot of the best guys do.
Yeah.
1K per inning. A lot of the top guys will have at least 1 strikeout per inning on average. Defensive play of the game last night, too. How about Nathan Church? You had brought this up. Recently activated. collected 3 hits. Made a highlight reel basket catch in center field. Robbed Marcus Semien of a likely 2-run double in the 4th inning. Helped preserve the shutout. Excellent game overall. And they beat up a guy that they're familiar with. Freddie Peralta, obviously, growing up, so to speak, his career at least in Milwaukee, and he could not contain the Cardinals lineup. 6 innings, 6 runs allowed, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Cardinals kept applying pressure, capitalized on scoring opportunities like we talked about. So excellent overall. Winners of 5 straight now, 1 win away from matching their longest winning streak of the season. So if they could get that done tonight, again, that would match their longest winning streak of the season. Production up and down this lineup. One of the questions I had yesterday was, what does Nathan Church do to the lineup? Well, both Newt and Church Newt and Church, since returning, respectively, to the Cardinals lineup, they have both, respectively, lengthened this lineup.
Well, Church with 3 hits yesterday. I mean, what a difference that makes from 5 to 9 a couple of weeks ago to what it is now.
Well, I was going to say in the 9-hole for sure. I mean, I don't know if Victor Scott had 3 hits in the game this year. No, I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
But, yeah, I think the Cardinals are a fun group to watch, man. They're exciting. They when they're scoring, like, I feel like this team can pretty much beat anyone. I don't know that the pitching can keep you in games if you're not scoring. I think that's going to be, in the long run, going to be one of the problems. But when they're scoring 4, 5, 6 runs, they're more than likely going to win the game because the pitchers will do just enough to make sure that they get out of it.
Well, we're just talking about Nathan Church. Thank goodness he had the game that he did, because the hitters 5 through 8, nobody got a base hit last night. Now, Nolan Gorman struck out twice, but he walked twice as well. Now,
Ain't seeing the ball with him.
Well, his strikeouts were just not competitive at all. But, he did walk. So the one walk that he had started things in the third inning. Now, I could have, you know what, never mind. Freddie Peralta was not finding the strike zone.
Let's not do that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'm glad you caught
Not
yourself.
doing it. Not doing it.
Are we a little bit concerned about Jimmy Crooks, the experiment?
I thought you were going to say no for me.
Nah.
I'm not.
He really hasn't been. Yeah, he hasn't done much, guys. Like,
He's had a cup of coffee.
May I ask a question?
I understand, Marshy, but I can only go off of what I see so far.
Do you see balls going behind him?
It's a fair question.
That's up to him.
Do
game.
you see baseballs going behind him when he's crouched down behind the plate?
Yeah, last night.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Ewing.
Do you see a lot of them, Marsh? Do you see more of those than you
No,
should?
you saw one.
Okay. If
See
the
a
ball's
couple.
not going
If you
behind
see a
him.
couple, it's already more than you should.
I thought he had a hard hit ball last night to center.
Yeah, you're right. He did. He did.
He's fine.
Cardinals, by the way, +5 run differential. We've been waiting for this.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah,
Finally on the
We're back, baby.
absolutely.
positive side of things, huh?
No doubt. 36 and 28 overall, 4.5 games back of those stupid Milwaukee Brewers. Tonight, you've got the Cardinals and Mets. Andre Palante will toe the rubber. It will be opposed by Austin Warren. Citi Field, 6:10. We'll play the lineup game once it's out. All right, it's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Despite the Hurricanes winning last night, Jamie says his team's still in trouble. I'll tell you why next on 101 ESPN.
Double turnover. Jarvis is stopped by Hart. Oh, my goodness. Now out in front, Stahl. He scores while falling down. 4-3, Carolina.
Sean McDonough on the call last night. This series, the Stanley Cup Finals, has been unbelievable, and last night was certainly no exception. The Hurricanes, who were up 3-1 after the first period, then gave back the deficit. We're then going into the third period, tied up 3-3. Carolina scores, which you just heard. They added an empty netter, and now the series is tied after the Hurricanes' 5-3 win. But, Jamie, you had said coming in, even though the Hurricanes won last night, you still feel as though that they're in trouble. Why is that?
Yeah, well, one, that was maybe the worst defensive game of all the playoffs by the Vegas Golden Knights. They're terrible. Everything that Carolina got, they pretty much gave them. Their penalty kill was not aggressive down low. They didn't take away passing lanes. They let guys camp out in front of the net, which is what they usually clear out the front of the net pretty good. Mm-hmm. The last goal, I don't know what Shea Theodore's doing. There's three guys on the guy in the corner, and he leaves the front of the net to be the fourth guy, leaving Stahl all by himself. Like, what a moronic move that is. And then all I got to do, and that was Vegas, so self-inflicted wounds for Vegas. But then when I flipped the script a little bit, I looked down at the other end, and Freddie Anderson, not only did he not play, he didn't dress. Rumors that he might have sustained a concussion in the last game. We don't know. We'll find out. But Bussy was terrible.
Yeah.
He took 21 shots, 3 goals. And how many others were adventures? They hit the post once. He was not, solid. So if Vegas doesn't, screw up defensively and they just get shots on goal, I feel like this series is still favoring the Vegas Golden Knights.
So, Bussy, you said he was terrible. He was first undrafted player to start and win a game in the Stanley Cup Final. But Carter Hart has allowed 4 goals in every game, and that's the first time that has ever happened in Stanley Cup Final history as well. So it's not like he's playing outstanding on the opposite end. I feel like watching that game last night, I'm like, Carolina they're feisty. I do feel like Vegas is the better team, like up and down the ice. They look like they're the better team. They're playing harder. They're playing with more force, and they look like they're the better team. But Carolina won't die. And the goal by Stahl, I don't know how the hell he made that. I don't know what that was. You're standing there wide open, and then you just trip and fall
miss it.
And tip it. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this series?
He looked like Troy Brower.
It was a weird. But it was a great goal. Yeah. It was amazing. And so I hear you talking about Vegas and them being the better team, but Carter Hart isn't playing outstanding on the opposite end, so I think that gives Carolina a chance to stay in this series and potentially win it.
Well, obviously, just because I think Vegas is still going to win it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And they're going to have to go out and earn it. They're going to have to play the way they have played for most of the playoffs. Last night was a terrible defensive game. And for a team like Carolina, it is well known throughout the league, they always start fast. Mm-hmm. Like the first periods, they blitz you. Like be an NFL team that every single play they're blitzing you, and you've got to figure it out fast.
Or get hit in the face. Yeah.
Like you're getting it.
Right.
And last night, no different. 14 shots in the first period, 9, and then 5 in the third. Once Vegas got their footing under them, like even John Tortorella said, they're down 2-0, and he's like, okay, they interviewed him. He said, we're getting to our game now. Like, the storm hit us. Pardon the pun. The hurricane hit us.
Oh. See what you did there.
And now we're finally getting our bearings here. I just, the Golden Knights power play has to be better. Like last night, I was so frustrated when Stahl broke his stick on the penalty kill and Marner and Eichel played pass 700 times. You got to work in a one-timer there. And Dorofeev, why did he stay where he's at? He should have switched with Marner and went as a one-timer at the top of the power play because Stahl has no stick. So now you can get as close as you want to the net on this guy and then move the puck for a one-timer. Mm-hmm. They didn't do that. And they're some of the best players in the NHL. Just a bad setup. They didn't take advantage of it. So I think Vegas has a really good chance to win in Carolina and win it in Game 6 back on home ice. But Carolina's not going away, man. I just worry that Bussy's going to be just as erratic as he was. And if Vegas gets three or four more shots on goal, they might have won that.
Jamie, this is. I wanted to just kind of point this out because I find it interesting. I don't know if there's anything to it, but it's crazy to see this trend. Vegas is absolutely owned at the second period. Mm-hmm. They have outscored Carolina 9-1 in the second periods during the series. That's absurd. And Game 4 followed a similar pattern. Carolina led 3-1. Vegas chipped away. You had the William Karlsson goal and then the Brett Howden goal. And then suddenly it's 3-3. Now, that does speak to what you just said about Carolina starting the games fast. Oof. But what does it tell you about playing Carolina specifically? Okay, here's the rush. But in the second period, it seems like teams are just ready to counterpunch. They figured you out, and they can erase what you just did in the first period.
Yeah. And I do think that Vegas has to drag it back into the trenches a little bit. Their biggest mistake, and anybody's biggest mistake, is playing wide open against the Hurricanes. They have a lot of speed. They move the puck well. They're very aggressive with their checking. Doesn't mean they're physical. People are like, well, checking. Checking is just playing defense. Body checking is hitting. Mm-hmm. And so Carolina's very aggressive with their checking, but they can be pushed around. They can be. And Vegas has shown that throughout this series, that they've got some big bodies that can do some damage. They kind of took a bit of a night off last night. Like, it was a weird feel to the game. When I'm watching Vegas, I'm like, they're not playing to their identity. Mm-hmm. And they had pockets of playing to their identity, and that's when they kind of flipped the script a little bit and started taking control of the game. But then over-aggressive on defense, not covering guys. Like, all of the, and then Noah Hannafin, one of the best defensemen in the NHL, and certainly their best defenseman, he fires a puck, tries to make a pass up the middle of the ice in the third period. It goes off their guy over to and that's how the whole sequence started for the game-winning goal. What are you doing? I remember Jimmy Roberts told me one time, I had a habit of passing the puck like in front of the net. Like, I'd come around the net and throw it right through the middle of the ice to like guy. Those plays work in junior, the American Hockey League. And they worked a little bit in the NHL until some guys kind of figured it out, and guys are so good. I remember coming around. Yves Sereau, not a household name. I'll never forget him. I came around the net. It was being chased, and another guy was coming here, so I'm like, oh, my winger's wide open. And sauce it back through the middle, like in front of my own net. All of a sudden, whap, knocked down, back of the net. Oh, no. Fierzy's like, well, that was fun. He likes to laugh. He goes, well, sorry. He goes, that was fun. No chance. I get back to the bench. Jimmy Roberts goes, how old were you when you were told not to pass the puck in front of your own net? I said, 8 or 9 years old. He goes, oh, you still haven't effing figured it out yet? I'm like, I think I just did. Thanks, Coach.
You should have told him your age. 22, Coach. I was 22 years old.
What's the time on the clock say? Yeah. He would have killed me. He would have choked me on the spot if I did that. So Vegas making mistakes like that in Stanley Cup final, it wasn't characteristic of them.
Well, I just laugh when you talk about Grant Fuhrer.
Fierce was the best.
He's just cool. How laid back he is.
Like,
that was fun.
Goes,
sorry.
That was fun.
Yeah, you never got mad? Just
no.
Try.
So then another time I was shot a puck off of him into the net. I don't know what the hell happened. And so there's a famous goal in Oilers history where Steve Smith is behind his own net. And he goes to pass the puck up the ice, and he hits Fierzy in the back of the leg, and it goes in the net in overtime, and they lose the series. Mm. So I shot a puck off of him, almost went in, and he goes, hey, Smitty. Goes, I thought I left you in Edmonton.
Go ahead, Marsh. What were you going to say?
Well, you brought up the second period. It's crazy how pretty dead even this series is, but you mentioned the second period, how Vegas is outscoring the Hurricanes. It's the complete opposite in terms of the third period, where the Hurricanes are outscoring Vegas 10-3. So, like, how does Vegas essentially get more goal scoring in the third period and really just put the Hurricanes away after having such a dominant second? Is that what is sort of eluding Vegas right now from being up in the series?
Oh, yeah. Neither of these teams has put together 60-minute efforts. Mm-hmm. And I guess, well, actually, that's probably a false statement. What I should say is that they're very evenly matched, and each team is having their moments in the game. Mm-hmm. So I think putting together a 60-minute effort against a team that's in the Stanley Cup final against you doesn't always mean success. You got to keep working because the other team is going to have success at some point in the game, and we're seeing that right now. That's why the series is tied at 2.
I think what's so puzzling is both of these teams are pretty good defensively, and that has not been a thing all series long.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. Are they just thinking too much?
Or is it the offensive firepower and the way that Carolina plays? It almost creates all that space, and you're now back in your heels.
Yeah, you're under pressure all the time. And look, the other team's out there to make your life difficult. They're out there trying to win a hockey game too. And so it's been fun. If you're a Vegas fan, you're probably a little upset today. If you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan, you're optimistic because you're going back to your home barn where you've had a lot of success throughout the last 4 or 5 years. And you have a chance to go up in the series.
Yeah.
So Braden McNabb scores at the horn, right? Doesn't count. I saw a post on X today saying that the NHL should switch their rules to if you get the shot off.
Oh, like basketball?
Like a buzzer beater. I was like, well, that'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know if I'm all for that.
Then you'd have to go back to see if the puck left his stick on time.
Right. It would be it would be interesting, of course. Buzzer beaters are great in basketball. I don't know about hockey, though.
Nah, I don't know about that either. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Congratulations to our guy, Steve Ott. The Blues signed Steve Ott to a 2-year contract extension as head coach of the Springfield Thunderbirds. Nice. One thing I would love to know, Jamie, your thoughts, since you know Otter so well, your thoughts on his evolution as a coach, but I also want to get into the bigger topic of, all right, why do some players make really good head coaches? Why do some falter? What is the common thread overall to good coaching? We'll dive into that next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take down the Mets last night by a final score of 7-0. They're back in action once again tonight with Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch is at 6:10. We just got done talking about the Carolina Hurricanes taking down the Vegas Golden Knights to even up the Stanley Cup final. If you missed that conversation or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Steve Ott received a 2-year contract extension to stay as the head coach of the Springfield Thunderbirds. We'll talk about it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It wasn't the right time. I'm a pretty patient person in the sense of where my career path takes me. And this is the best possibility and the best structure for myself and my family at the opportunity to coach in Springfield, to develop as a head coach that I want to continue to do. And there's so many factors that go into it. You know, you get to run your own training camp now. You get to have your own team for the whole season. The adjustments that go on within the whole year. And those are the things that I'm really looking forward to. And, and that's part of the path to get back to the NHL one day.
That was Steve Ott, who joined BK and Ferrario, who today was T-Bone, Alex Ferrario, and Bradford Bruns. But Steve Ott, congratulations to him, friend of our show as well, right here on the Blues Radio Network. He receives a 2-year contract extension as head coach of the Springfield Thunderbirds, the Blues AHL affiliate, of course. And, he took over on January 19th of 2026 in the club's final 34 regular season games. Ott led the team to an 18-14-2 record, clinching a berth as the 6th seed in the Atlantic Division for the 2026 Calder Cup. Ott then guided the Thunderbirds to the division finals following a first-round series win over 3rd seed Charlotte and a historic victory over the Kilpatrick Trophy-winning Providence Bruins, the regular season champions, in the divisional semifinals, and then Springfield's win over Providence marked the single biggest upset in AHL history as the two teams were separated by 38 points in the regular season. So this was a remarkable job by Steve Ott. Jamie, you know him better than Carey and I do. What made Steve Ott such a perfect fit for Springfield? And can you talk about the evolution of him as a coach? Like, what did you see in Ott, either working with him as an assistant coach or as a player? Obviously, you guys didn't play together, but you observed.
Yeah, I played enough against him. Otter was a really smart player, and the style of game he played was very annoying, and he wasn't afraid to scrap it out. But he was always very well thought out, very well positioned on the ice, worked extremely hard, became one of the best face-off guys because he knew that was one way to stay in the lineup. It was more ice time because you're getting sent out onto the ice to win certain face-offs. So he's always been very smart at knowing what he has to do in order to get better and help the team. Mm-hmm. And as a coach, he evolved. It's tough. His first stint as the assistant coach, a lot of those guys he played with. So that's always a weird kind of setup. And then over the last couple of years, you watch him establish the way he coaches, and it just doesn't change. Mm. So he's no longer the player that he was, but he's still having a good time at the rink. No problem walking through the locker room, having some laughs with some of the guys, but then holding their hand to the fire when it's time to actually play the game the right way. He's not afraid to lean into guys and let them know, and players respect that. They respect it because he works so hard too. Mm-hmm. Otter never takes a day off. He's always doing stuff to get better. Always trying to make the team better, and this recent stint in Springfield as the head coach is, you can see directly how that's paid off for him. It was tough too, I imagine, because you're in the NHL, and he's been in the NHL a really long time as a player, and then right into being a coach. Yeah. It's tough to take a step backwards as far as the league is concerned. It was a step forward in responsibility and obviously what the job actually is, but it is a step backwards to a league that's underneath where you are. No private jets, no five-star hotels, no big buffets. Like, it's a sacrifice. He's getting a soggy sub sandwich on a bus. It's a 7-hour ride home. You know, like it's
not the same.
It's not the same. But from what I gather, hearing
as Dunk used to say, the sloped bed, the sloped bed instead of the quinoa, he's having cheese sticks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Otter, from what I hear from the people down in Springfield, is came in right away and just established a certain brand of hockey this team is going to play, establishing the culture immediately. And there were certain players that didn't fit that mold and moved on from those players and brought in other players. And all of a sudden, you get the Springfield Thunderbirds playing like Steve Ott out there. You got Hugh McGing, who's 5'7" out there, chasing down a guy to fight him because he hit his teammate the wrong way.
Right.
And you got guys blocking shots left and right. The goaltender standing on his head. They adopted Steve Ott's attitude. And so that was huge. And now to see him sign the 2-year extension tells me a lot, too. Tells me that he wants to continue to get better. He's not in a rush to get to the NHL. I'm sure he could have gotten at least a couple of interviews, but he's going to wait.
Yeah.
He's going to play out his term here with the Springfield Thunderbirds. And if there's a chance for him to advance next summer, I don't think Army or Steiner would step in his way. And look, hockey's a strange sport. Coaches are fired all the time. Things happen. We love our guy Monty to death. And, you know, he's one of the best coaches in the NHL. But if for some reason something goes sideways, you got somebody pretty familiar in Springfield that now is a head coach. I don't know if that plays out. Who knows? But we do know, like, the tenure for NHL coaches, they quick.
Yeah, big time.
So
I thought Chief would be here forever.
I thought he was a lock for at least like 10 years.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No.
I think Monty, you know, should be a lock for a long time, especially with the way this team is trending. But you never know.
Right.
But either way, Steve Ott is going to get consideration whenever there's a job opening over the next couple of years, and he's going to continue to create who he is as a head coach, and his certain brand of hockey is going to be definitely well known.
You know, one thing, Carey, that Jamie said that really stood out was how the team started to adopt Steve Ott's personality, and it reminds me of something that you have shared with our audience about Mike Tomlin. In order to get the most out of players, they first have to know that you care. And you had mentioned that, I think, yesterday, the day before, talking about a different head coach. I don't think you get guys blocking shots and doing some of the dirty things that is necessary to win games like that if you don't think the head coach cares about you and you don't feel like you have a role in the team.
Yeah, you feel like there's buy-in. You're a part of all of the things that are going on. And the main thing is you don't want to let anybody down. I think when you have a certain standard for your team, and everything always starts from the top. When your coach has expectations, your teammates have expectations. You don't want to be the one guy when you turn on that damn film and they're like, well, what the hell are you doing? Everybody else is doing, oh, my God, it's the worst feeling in the world. The level of embarrassment. You would never understand being in a room full of grown men and everybody's looking at you trying to figure out what the fast lane you're doing right now and why aren't you doing what we talked about. I don't know. Not good enough answer, man. It's not good enough. So the main thing with good teams, and it comes from good coaching, is we're all pulling the rope in the same way. We all have the same mentality. We're all working on one accord, and we're all working for one another. And that's when you have a great team, and that buy-in comes from, like I said, the top. Coaches putting you in favorable positions to have success, not throwing you out on the ice where, you know, no offense to Jamie, where they're trying to get you off because Mario Lemieux is on, right? That's a bad matchup in that situation. At least that's what the coach felt, right?
Still thinking about it.
Having me block Mario Williams, not a great idea, Coach. It sounded great in film, man.
Why am I going backwards?
I can't even touch him, man. His arms are too long. So those things, when you're watching that film, you don't want to be the odd man out. So you're putting everything on the line to make sure that you're doing your job in the right way, the way with the technique you've been taught, and the expectation that comes down from your coach and from your teammates. and good coaching has you do that.
I can only imagine, for you guys obviously played, but it's like this in any sort of company too. If your boss or your coach knows what you want out of that role or that job or that, out of your career, they can speak to you then. They can speak to, okay, hey, I'm going to help get you to where you want to go. And it's as simple as that. Now, it's still up to the player to put in the effort or the employee to put in the effort and hard work and, all that and grow as a human being. But if you just start with that, Jamie Rivers, what do you want to do in your career? I'm going to help you get there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden
nobody
you're like,
ever asked me that, actually.
No. Exactly.
No, nobody ever asked me that.
I think the doctors in Croatia did at some point, but
He said,
couldn't
where do you want
answer.
the remains?
yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
I was like, guys, I'm still alive.
Now, please put this back in, whatever organ this is. Sew me back up horribly, and I'll go on with my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
And
think
then
they
have to
tell that story? Like, do you think those doctors?
They have to. Are you
Do
kidding
you
me?
think the doctors are like,
The one guy-
I had a guy I thought was dead on the table and he woke up.
The one guy for sure I know he tells this story is the guy that was standing in the operating room smoking a cigarette 5 feet from me. I'll
Did he
never forget.
panicked?
Yeah, but he didn't even put a cigarette down. I remember that. I remember the bright lights, them standing over in the corner, my guts being cut open, and then this guy hacking a cigarette and looking over and pointing take care of this guy.
He didn't budge.
No, didn't even move.
Where were you?
He may have been the janitor. I don't know who the guy was. But he
No
had a cigarette,
panic
and
on his face.
He didn't drop it and didn't do a thing to help me.
I just picture him in some sort of vet hospital. Yeah, not vet hospital, a pet hospital. In some basement.
Buddy,
where the
went
guys
down
were the
3 levels to the operating room. Who the hell has an operating room in the basement?
The graveyard shift was
hear you
working on
scream.
Jamie.
Yeah.
But you're here. So they
I'm
did
here,
something,
yeah,
right?
I think.
Okay.
It's a clone, man. I told you.
Yeah, you know what?
Jamie Barry Rivers. This is Jamie Harry Rivers.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, Andrew Marsh.
Thank you.
Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. That is Jamie Harry Rivers. Speaking of Marsh, he's got what's trending next on 101 ESPN.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
What? Yeah, right, Carey?
Jamie Rivers' logic is like none other. I mean, brother, the things that comes out of his mouth, and he's like 100%. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not true.
That's what
at all.
I believe to be true.
He's a character.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Marshy?
Speaking of interesting things coming out of people's mouths, by the way, this is what's trending. Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, boy.
Ever heard of him?
Hey, good
Oh,
football
boy.
player, man. As
Was.
he getting ready for training camp.
Yesterday, Ayuk posted a video on Instagram. It was about 30-second video. And he called the 49ers stupid and dumb. Here is what he had to say. You want to know why they really mad, though? They mad because they stupid. They dumb. They mad that they paid me $50 million in 8 months and then voided my guarantees for 2027. And I'm about to be on a new team in 2027. They mad at themselves for real. Blank, acting like they mad at me, but they stupid ass mad at themselves.
When you say it, when you're reading it, it sounds much worse. It sounds bad.
Yeah.
You
Like
don't think
hearing
it? Yeah.
Well, it's how he talks, but reading it sounds like he can't talk. Mm-hmm. And that's just how he talks. But they're reading it, hearing the words
Really,
audibly,
yeah.
like in print, it sounds really bad.
If I
It
may.
is really bad.
Well,
Yeah,
he-
please
Jamie,
do.
if I may.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
do your thing.
Please.
Why don't we go over some of this stuff, okay, with Brandon Ayuk? Because I don't know why, but I'll just be complete. This dude like bothers me. You're calling the 49ers stupid and dumb for paying you. Let's break this down. After a breakout season in 2023, he wanted a new contract for the 49ers. So what does he do? He requests a trade.
Oh, boy.
Training camp hold-in, which he shows up, but he doesn't fully participate. Social media drama. Public frustrations, of course, start to spill in. Serious trade talks involving multiple teams, including the Steelers. Standoff lasts most of the offseason before he ultimately is given a 4-year, $120 million extension in August of 2024. Then he suffers a devastating injury in 2024, tearing his ACL, his MCL, and his meniscus. Okay, not his fault, right? In 2025, 49ers void roughly $27 million future guaranteed money from his contract, and then he misses meetings, fails to participate in certain required team activities. This is before they voided the contract. Did not fulfill some of the obligations for the contract during his rehab process. So he no shows, doesn't go to the meetings, doesn't really want to be a part of the team, and now he's calling them stupid and dumb.
Well, I mean,
after he holds them to the fire. Come on.
Broken clock is right twice a day. He might actually be on point, because if he was acting like this and you paid him, then you are dumb.
You're right.
He was, yeah.
You're fair about that.
Like, he ain't like, this is who I am.
Put it that way.
And you gave me that money. Who's the dumbass?
You're
Me
not
or you?
wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm just asking.
He did, though. It was standard kind of operating procedure when it comes to him demanding the money and request of the trade and all that. We've seen that with other players before.
Right.
Then they get paid, and typically it's like, okay, I feel appreciated, we're all good.
He got injured.
But he gets injured, and then he misses the meetings. Then he fails to participate. Then, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't have an answer.
I call Kirk Cousins and his agent
Geniuses
and crooks. He's a crook too. Put the money in the bag. That's it. I'm out.
Is it stealing if they give it to you though? Like if you and I'm asking, I'm not advising this. If you go into the bank and they hand you,
write this down.
I'm asking, is it still stealing if they hand you money?
Okay, but what did you do?
I'm not holding anything. I walked into the bank.
What did you do?
I walked into the bank and someone said,
Then
here's $50,000.
Then it's not the same situation.
Did I steal that or did they hand it to me?
Carey, it's not the same situation involving Kirk Cousins.
You said what?
It's not the same situation. It's not apples to apples. Kirk Cousins and his agent clearly reached out to multiple teams saying, look, I got stuff on you. I got stuff on you. That's different. Jamie, what category would that fall into?
Strong arm robbery?
You know?
Yeah. What crime would that be?
Yeah. Bribery?
Extortion.
Yeah. That's what
Blackmail.
they allegedly did.
Why would another team want him on their team?
Thank you. I don't know.
Who?
He thinks he's going somewhere.
He thinks he's going straight to the UFL or the CFL.
He thinks he's going to the Commanders.
He'll get a team.
He will.
He's wearing Commander gear. Like,
he will sign
you know what
with
he
the
is?
team.
He's a Falcon. You watch.
No, he's no Falcon.
Yeah, they'll sign him.
I mean, actually,
He's not a
is
Falcon.
he not?
No, I just paid Drake.
The Georgia Bulldog is probably more his speed.
Oh, wow. Ouch. Oh,
He
man.
was driving fast in that video.
Oh, jeez. That's...
Oh boy.
90%.
Yeah.
That's a Georgia Bulldog.
Okay.
You guys want to talk about something a little bit lighter?
Yeah, sure.
How about that White Sox rookie last night, Braden Montgomery?
Himself a night.
He was a Texas A&M Aggie. That team went on to the College World Series, but he got injured. He was with the Boston Red Sox, came to the White Sox in the Garrett Crochet trade. Makes his major league debut last night against the Atlanta Braves, who are a really good ball team.
Yes, they are.
And hits the game-winning walk-off home run to seal the deal for the White Sox. Pretty cool moment for the young athlete.
Montgomery. Yep.
Do you guys remember your debut, and was it as special?
Well, my debut, my first game in the NHL, first preseason game was probably more special. My first regular season game. My first preseason game ever was against the Montreal Canadiens at the Montreal Forum. And my parents were there. My grandma was there. It was pretty cool to skate out onto the ice where, like, my favorite team growing up was Montreal. To be on that ice playing against the Montreal Canadiens.
That's cool.
It was cool until my second shift of the first period.
What happened?
A guy named Jerry Fleming. I think he's 6'6", 6'7", somewhere in there.
Okay.
He hit Philippe Bozon from behind. And I looked around, and there's nobody really on the ice to do anything about it. So I thought, well, I'm going to just go skate over and just hammer this guy. Well, I really didn't have the intentions on fight. He was a big, tough guy. And, first game, I was just trying to get my feet under me. So as I'm skating over there, pretty quickly, he turns and cross-checks me right in the nose. Ooh. My nose goes into my eye socket. So now we're fighting. But I'm fighting with a broken nose. I can't see out of my right eye at all, blood everywhere. I get to the bench after that, and they break it back over a little bit, then blood's gushing everywhere. Whew. So they put those things up my nose, the cotton pads, little tampons up my nose. But they didn't cut them. So I go out there for my next shift, and Bob Basson's on the team. He goes, yeah, kid, you got to cut those. You look ridiculous. My eyes all swollen and black. I go, do you think I care right now about how this looks? Well, they cut them. And one of my hockey cards, you can see a piece of that. Of course, they took a picture that day. So it was very memorable, Marshy, in lots of ways. But I didn't miss a shift, and I played the whole game.
Yeah, you did.
And 30-plus years later, Jerry's are still giving Jamie fits. By the way, Jerry will return for the Gauntlet today. Round
Funny
3.
story is I ended up drinking one night with Jerry Fleming until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. And we both laughed about the story, and he said he was real sorry about it.
He wasn't, though.
He wasn't in the moment, but he was after, yeah. Good dude.
My rookie year, my first game, I don't remember any of the preseason, but I remember, a little bit, but I remember my first game because we were playing the New England Patriots. I was in Indianapolis, and I actually was put on practice squad like a few days right after training camp ended. They were putting me on practice squad, and they're like, hey, you're going to be on the practice squad. And then the day before the game, they're like, you're coming to the game with us. And I'm like, what do you mean? Hey, we might sign you to the active roster in the morning. Okay. We were playing the Thursday night game. The New England Patriots were having, their banner because they won the Super Bowl the year before. That morning, get up, go down to the lobby, sign my NFL contract, like literally.
Wow.
And I get to dress and play in the game that night. And I was playing against one of my former teammates. Eugene Wilson was one of the safeties for them. So it was a really special moment for me because I was 48 hours ago, I was just a practice squad. You know, I felt like I had done everything to make the active roster, so I was really pissed off when they told me I was going to be on practice squad. But then, like, that range of emotions shifted from from Monday to Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning. I'm like, oh, well, this is different. All right,
That's awesome.
cool. So
this is the Colts?
Yeah, this was Indianapolis. Yep.
Wow.
So that was my first NFL game.
Might be better off that way.
Yeah,
It's like, all of a sudden.
It happens.
Right.
What's going on here?
I've made it. All right, good stuff. It's Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Spurs, Knicks. NBA has a new villain. And I think it's kind of interesting that he's playing for the Spurs of all team.
I love this guy.
That's next on 101 ESPN. 3:06, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Victor Wembanyama has turned into a villain, and the NBA, from a storyline standpoint, couldn't be better. So he, as some Knicks fans would consider, he basically suplexed Jalen Brunson. Did not pick up a what's the term?
Foul.
Yeah, flagrant foul. And the NBA reviewed it and like, we cool. They don't want Victor Wembanyama to be suspended a game. That doesn't make any sense.
He's already it's happened once already.
Right.
Not gonna kill him.
I do think it's interesting. Well, we'll go down the villain path here for a second. New York sports fans have a tradition of creating kind of iconic villains. Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Tom Brady, Sidney Crosby, who is just a stand-up human being. He somehow turns
best
into
guys ever.
Yeah, it turns into a New York villain. Tyrese Halliburton at one point. So I think it's interesting that Victor Wembanyama playing the Knicks has become a villain, and I also find it kind of ironic that the same organization that has produced David Robinson, homegrown talent, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, two of the most stand-up human beings to ever play this sport, they have produced perhaps an actual villain now, as opposed to just another tall, incredible icon who is also well-respected and winning every nice guy award in the NBA.
Buddy, Wemby don't care at all.
No. I love it.
He became my favorite player when he elbowed that guy in the face. And he showed no remorse, didn't care at all. And then
he spot checked.
He's been like on a tear ever since. He doesn't care. And it's not that he's a villain. He's just super intense and really doesn't care what you think.
Right.
So
he looked at the camera that night and he said, Nas Reed shouldn't have been standing there.
You're bad.
I love it. I think it's great. For the first time in maybe ever, San Antonio has some personality on their team that's not Popovich.
Right. The only time they've ever had any sort of personality, and I'm not criticizing them because I really, if you like the lunch pail, go to work, try hard guy, like it's the Spurs in the NBA, and it's always been that way.
Well, then Ginobili, he was just an incredible player, but he's the same thing.
Tony Parker kind of had a little bit of a personality,
but that was only because he was married to.
Well, man, he did some other things.
Yeah, he did some stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman. Rodman is the last time they had any sort of personality, but he wasn't there long.
No.
He goes from the Pistons to the Spurs, and then they got rid of him real quick because
he broke out the green hair one day, and they're like, Pop was like, I think we're good.
Right. And that was even, what was the previous coach? It was Popovich fired the guy and then replaced him with himself.
It was the guy with a mustache.
It was Hill.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, what's his name? Brian Hill was the Spurs coach.
Brian Hill was the Magic coach. I don't know if he went to San Antonio.
He was good, but Pop fired him and then replaced him with himself. I gotta find this name. Bob Hill.
Bob Hill, okay.
Bob Hill of 94 to 96. Popovich took over 96. Anyways, so Wemby has turned into a villain, and a good villain at that, because the NBA has needed a legit villain, and he's almost like an anti-hero too, because I feel like people still really
look up to him
and root for him.
I think I don't know if he's on the villain list yet. I mean, him throwing the elbow or pushing or shoving Jalen Brunson in the back of the head definitely should have been a call. That's not basketball.
It's just basketball.
But I do think that if you want it to be a villain type of energy, someone has to go back at him. And he has to stand in it and really, embrace that role. I don't look at Wemby as a villain. I think he's too nice. I think he's too he doesn't have that. Not yet, at least. Reggie Miller had a killer instinct. He grabbed his throat and said, "Y'all are choking." Y'all, you can't.
But Reggie Miller was very likable too, though.
But he also had a demeanor about him. I don't think Wemby has that. Yeah, and maybe he
know what I mean?
Maybe he does. Maybe I'm just
people loved Reggie Miller, unless of course you're playing him, and then I agree. Then that personality would come out.
He was very intense. I haven't seen that intensity level. Wemby he looks like he's very thoughtful and understands and is so focused on. I don't think he lets emotion drive him in a negative way, like in an angry way. He showed emotion after they won the Western Conference Finals. He was, shedding some tears and being excited. But in terms of like anger and frustration and like vitriol, I don't get that from him. And I think that's a villain. I think the villain is Trae Young when they're saying F Trae Young in the playoffs and he's like just rubbing his shoulders like I'm so cold and you can't, there's nothing you can do to me. Like that to me is a villain. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm too cold. You can't stop me. That is a villain. Michael Jordan is a villain. I don't see that just yet from Wemby. That's just
give him another couple games here.
If he goes out and scores 40 and is looking at the crowd, then yeah. Like if he has a moment where he's looking at all of those celebrities and yeah, they can't do anything. And that to me becomes now the energy is like, oh, we got to figure out how to stop him. And that's when the villain starts to really be created. I just don't see it yet.
I wonder if we're seeing it. I wonder if it's coming.
This is the origin story of a villain? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it's New York City, and it's under the lights, and it's the celebrities and all that stuff. And
the only villains that I saw are the people that were attacking Spurs fans.
Those
are
ridiculous.
villains. Those are idiots.
Yes.
I don't see it. I think maybe for New York fans that he can be a player that they come to hate, especially if he comes back in the series and wins the finals for San Antonio. But I mean, he's kind of a geek a little bit. He's a big Star Wars guy. Like it doesn't. I don't know. He's more Luke Skywalker than Darth Vader.
I'll tell you what, though, there was a villain in Star Wars, Marsh.
Did you see that elbow?
Multiple.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker
only
throw
one
elbows like
Yeah,
that.
Luke Skywalker's asking for permission before he throws an elbow.
It says he's sorry after.
Luke Skywalker had to battle the forces of darkness.
Spoiler alert, Marsh. Take it easy over there. Right?
I'm sorry, it's been how many years?
34, 9. Oh, you're a niner in there. Lineup game.
It's been more than 30 years.
90 years. Lineup game is next on 101 ESPN. Yuri Palante will take the mound for the Cardinals tonight. He'll be opposed by Austin Warren of the Mets, who is a right-handed pitcher, and that leads us to our lineup game, 7:10, Citi Field tonight. Cardinals continue their series against the Mets after blanking New York 7-0 last night. All right, boys, let's do it. Right-handed pitcher on the mound.
Show us J.J. Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I don't see why you'd change having, this guy will be catching tonight, too.
Yes.
Show us, Ivan Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
All right, AB here.
Let's go.
Sure.
Show us Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
Show us Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
What's going on there? I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
I can't see them moving Lars Taylor Tatsui Newt Bar.
I can't either.
Show us the Newt.
Captain, you hear me? On your left.
I love that one.
Mason Wynn?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Shortstop, that's right. Now and forever, forever and ever, shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10.
Wait.
This is bull.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
All right, so, boys, we need a center fielder, a third baseman, and a DH.
Center fielder, third baseman,
And a DH.
Do you think that Velasquez is playing?
Yeah, I could see him being
I can see him being
DH.
DH for sure.
You want to get
Would he
some
go
pop?
right here?
Yeah, I would say Velasquez and then maybe Gorman, because Gorman was sitting here.
Yeah.
Hey, Gorman was sitting
And
eighth
then-
yesterday.
I'd say.
And then
Church,
Nathan
yeah.
Church got to stay in there, unless they bumped him up. And I don't know why they would, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't go lower than 7 for Velasquez if he's playing.
I agree. Carey, go
He
for
might
it.
not be playing. All right, show us Nelson Velasquez.
Man, I'm glad I called that guy.
Welcome back to the show.
Okay.
All right.
this would seem obvious that it's Gorman.
Agreed.
Is it obvious?
I think it is.
He's a right-handed pitcher?
Yeah.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
You guys are such idiots.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Okay.
So is it the Furminator at third?
Yeah. Because we're still missing a third baseman no matter what, so.
Go ahead.
Show us Jose Fermin.
You are so wrong.
Maybe it's Nathan Church and then Gorman?
Or wait. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Show us Nathan Church.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones.
And I don't think they'd bat Gorman ninth.
So Fermin,
I think it's Fermin.
go for it. I agree.
Show us the Furminator.
Hello, local utility.
All right, not bad, guys. Marsh, run it.
All right, gentlemen, leading off, playing second base, J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second and catching, Ivan Herrera. Batting third, your first baseman, Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter and designated hitter, Jordan Walker. Batting fifth in right field is Lars Nootbaar. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting seventh in left field, Nelson Velasquez. Batting eighth in center field is Nathan Church. And batting ninth, playing third base, Jose Fermin.
Back. They fair. They fair.
Go Phil!
I don't believe what I just saw. Home run.
All right, Marsh, can you please update us on our standings after Jamie picked up some points last night, or a point?
Yeah, Jamie picked up a point, and he is now tied with you and I, Anthony. All three of us have 10 points. Carey has 5, and Bradford Bruns has 2, but he's not on the show today, so he will not pick up points. But the order will be, Anthony, you will go first, I will go second, Jamie will go third, and then Carey will finish us off.
Okay. Jamie, any comments about now being tied? I mean, you got to feel good about that.
Yeah, I'm always striving for more, but this will do for now.
Okay. I'll take Jordan Walker, please.
All right, I'm going to go with Nelson Velasquez.
Okay.
I am feeling a Newt bomb tonight.
And I am going to pass you all with Nolan Gorman tonight off of the bench.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I do. It's your own fault.
You are you're going for it, kid. You're going for it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, tonight, Knicks Spurs, Game 4, pregame 6:30, tip-off at 7:30. One of the things that we didn't get into with the Victor Wembanyama discussion is how the Knicks counterpunch. Carey, when you look at this series and the way it's unfolded, every game has been tight. As Marsh said yesterday, Spurs could easily be up 3-0 in this series, just as opposed to being down 2-1. So, what's one of the storylines for you tonight, Knicks Spurs?
For me, it is what Karl Anthony Towns does. I was reading a stat or heard a stat that when he has 4+ assists, the Knicks are 13-1.
Wow.
Like if they run the offense through him, whatever they did to start off Game 3, let's scrap that. Let's not do that again because it was terrible. Like the first few possessions, I'm like, who the hell is guarding Victor Wembanyama? He's the biggest person in the damn building. Why don't you know who's on him?
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous the first few possessions. So know who you got on the defensive end. Know what your game plan is. Stick to it. Don't let them get out. I thought the first game of the series was one of my favorite games because they were attacking early. The Knicks were. They were running. They were fast breaking. They were getting the ball out in transition after made buckets and going quickly and not having any issues. And so for me, if they get back to that, if they let Karl Anthony Towns kind of do his thing in the mid post and be a facilitator, can get the ball. He was going around Wemby when they were getting it to him at the top of the key. Like they did a lot of things in games 1 and 2. The Knicks did that they did not do in Game 3. I don't know if it was simply because of how the Spurs were playing them or if it was just an off time for the Knicks and not taking care of business. And sometimes when you start off slow, you get the scrambling. So I expect the Knicks to run the offense through Karl Anthony Towns. I expect at some point Jalen Brunson to have a really good shooting night. He still has not had that yet, even though he's had 30 points in a couple of these games. I expect him to go off and have some better shooting night. And if they do what they have done in games 1 and 2, and they lost Game 3 by 4 points. So they were also in that game. It was a 1-possession game with under a minute. So I think the Knicks come out and take care of business tonight, unlike they did the other night.
Sounds like you're taking. Yeah, well, I was about to say, it sounds like you're taking the Knicks.
Yes.
So you are. I got the Spurs tonight. Jamie?
Oh, man. I want the Spurs to win.
And that's why you're taking them.
I like the drama. I'll take the Spurs.
Marsh?
I think the Spurs even the series up. I think both of these series go the distance, the NHL and in the NBA.
Both have been great so far.
Yeah, both have been fantastic. So I think the Spurs even the series up. Of course, both teams winning on the road. And we'll see what happens. I think actually the Spurs take the next 2 games. So they'll go up 3-2, and maybe the Knicks bounce back at
Marsh not only calling a shot tonight, but the next 2 games. Hey, you can join Carey Davis and 101 ESPN this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Paymore in Baldwin. New to the St. Louis area, Paymore is a great way to sell, recycle, and buy electronics. And this Friday, you can get 20% off all in-store purchases. Plus, get entered to win a brand new PS5 if Carey doesn't take it first. Paymore is now open with 2 locations in Baldwin and Maplewood, and you can check it out at the Baldwin location. It's located at 15367 Manchester Road this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Carey Davis and 101 ESPN. I'm sure you missed that address that I just read. You can find all the details at 101ESPN.com. We've got Prove Me Wrong coming up. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to participate in Prove Me Wrong, where you text in a statement that you want to see if Carey, Jamie, or I can prove wrong in the eyes of our judge, Andrew Marsh, then again, do so by sending in your Prove Me Wrong statement to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Prove Me Wrong, next in the Fast Lane. One of the reasons why I highly recommend Auto Centers Nissan is because you feel like you're being taken care of. I love the sales staff and the team down there at Auto Centers Nissan. It's not just the sales staff. We purchased our 2023 Pathfinder pre-owned vehicle from Auto Centers that my wife Kristen's driving around, and she loves it. We love it. We love it for the family. And we got it at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. The sales staff did take care of us, but we also take that vehicle to the team there for service, whether it's as simple as an oil change or a tire rotation, up to getting brand new tires. We do everything at Auto Centers Nissan. They've got one of the best service departments that you're going to find. But again, you feel like you're being taken care of. Right now, I'm driving a brand new Nissan Pathfinder from Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. I love it. I love the fact that it's got the third row. I love that, in one car seat, I got my little guy Lincoln in, and then Madeline and Killing can get out the door and have no issues with the third row. And if I'm dropping off at camps or school or anything like that, I need that convenience. I love the fact that it still has plenty of space, whether it's got sports gear or if we're going out of town, any sort of vacation stuff. It's got plenty of room. Love the technology. Check it out. If you're not in the market for a brand new vehicle, they've got a wide selection of pre-owned vehicles as well. In fact, they've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one easy location. Great deals that can be found at AutoCentersNissan.com. When you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Anthony Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals take down the Mets last night by a final score of 7-0. They're back at it again, once again, with Andre Palante on the mound. 6:10 first pitch from Citi Field. Coming up next, we have Prove Me Wrong. So get your Prove Me Wrong statements into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll play Prove Me Wrong next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
All right, time to play Prove Me Wrong here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. This is where we take your statements from the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. And it's up to Carey, Jamie, or I to prove wrong in the eyes of the judge, Andrew Marsh. Judge, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Good to see you. Hope the family's doing great.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. From 618, Prove Me Wrong. The Denver Broncos, with a healthy Bo Nix, win the AFC Championship and have a real shot at winning it all.
Are we talking last year or this year?
I'm assuming this upcoming season.
Oh, God, no. I mean, yeah, you got so many teams that are...
Or maybe I don't know, actually.
Well, Judge, we need a ruling.
Yeah,
we need a little bit more clarification. Why don't we skip this one?
Okay, all right.
If the 618 is
Can
listening,
we get the ding?
No.
You threw the case out. That means we won.
No.
That
We're
right,
putting it
Jamie?
on hold.
It's a mistrial. We're done here.
Yeah, we won.
We're putting it on hold. I'm not giving out free dings. So the 618, if you're listening, let us know if you mean this upcoming season or this past season. So we're going to move on to the 636. Prove me wrong. The NHL should go back to the old playoff format.
Which one? Which format? 1 and 16 or 1 through 8 each conference?
Judge, Your Honor, I think with no clarification, we can clearly, we are unable to actually try this case. We don't have anything to stand on if we don't know exactly where the texter is coming from. I think that should be another mistrial and another ding, if I'm not asking for too much, Your Honor.
All right, why don't we skip that one and go back to the other one? You know exactly what he was talking about. But, all right, from the 618, prove me wrong. The Broncos, with a healthy Bo Nix, win the AFC Championship and have a real shot at winning it all this upcoming season.
Oh, God, no. I mean, there are way too many teams that we, I mean, coming out of the AFC, is Josh Allen still?
No, he's still around. Yeah, he's with the Bills.
Okay. Well, is Lamar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's on a contract with the Baltimore Ravens. Ready to go.
The Patriots, they lost their quarterback, and they didn't add
Drake May's still there.
And they
led them to the Super Bowl last year.
And they added a receiver,
A.J. Brown.
Whew. Well, that Joe Burrow, I know he's often hurt, and he's got to be hurt again going into this season now.
No, he's healthy, ready to run.
Well, Jamar Chase is not going to play. I mean,
he is.
He's there too?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Patrick Mahomes is actually hurt. Nobody expects him to ever be the Patrick Mahomes, especially not this year.
Should be back within the first 2 months of the season.
Okay. Yeah, no, Your Honor. There's no way in hell and I love Sean Payton. We met him. He's a great dude. Obviously, rooting for him. Want him to win. Eastern Illinois' finest. Like, he's one of the guys, right? But I don't think that there's any way, even with a healthy Bo Nix, that the Denver Broncos sniff the AFC Championship game, let alone the Super Bowl.
I'll give it to you. You guys were patient with the debacle at the beginning of this segment.
Not our fault, Your Honor. We are, we're upstanding.
I think they could sniff it. They could maybe sniff around. I don't think they'll ultimately get there. I'm not really a huge Broncos guy, but when it comes to the Super Bowl, you have to think about the other teams in the NFC as well. So having to win the entire thing is that's tough, especially with how good the Rams are, at least heading into the season. All right, from the 314, I think this one should be pretty quick. But Prove me wrong. The Cardinals should trade from their minor league depth, primarily pitchers at the deadline, to do a soft buy without trading top prospects.
This is how you get into trouble, Judge. When you start to think short term, when your long-term goals are to replenish the farm system to the point that when you are a legitimate contender, that's when you borrow from that surplus. The fact is they're still building up their farm system. So to do a soft buy and to get into that catching depth that you think is like it's abundant, it's not. I mean, let's think about after Yadier Molina, we're thinking, well, it's going to be Carson Kelly, or it's going to be this catcher. How many catchers have we gone through? It's like, hey, he's the next one, only to find out that they're not. They're not a star. I mean, Pedro Paz, he was going to be one of their top catching prospects to come through, and hey, this is going to be the guy. And that's who they're using primarily outside of Jimmy Crooks. So I don't think that just borrowing from that depth in a year where you're still rebuilding, you're ahead of the curve, but you're still rebuilding. I don't think that's smart. It's not smart for now. It's not smart for your future, certainly.
All right, let's go back to the playoff format. One from the 636. The NHL should go back to the old playoff format. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, etc.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Let me tell you about some of the matchups that used to happen 1 against 8. It was a snooze fest. You guaranteed that team in first place. You might as well give them a bye at that point. Wasn't competitive. The only series that you'd really get anything going on was 4 versus 5. Sometimes 3 versus 6 was compelling. But this is why they changed it. The NHL wanted first-round matchups that were everybody. You want to complain about it, but you're talking about it. You're talking about the Avalanche versus the Dallas Stars. You're talking about the Lightning versus the Montreal Canadiens. Why? Because they're great teams that are playing each other right away. A Stanley Cup contender can be eliminated in the first round. That's dramatic. Mm-hmm. That's where people are watching which one is going to fall, because they know that those teams are qualified to win a Stanley Cup, but you're going to watch because you know which one will it be. So going back to the 1 versus 8, don't see anybody glued to their TV. I remember first round is fine, but second round and then moving forward, then you paid attention. But the first round was nah. So going back to that, no thank you.
I can't in good faith give you that ding. Completely disagree.
I completely disagree too, but I had to say something, Judge.
At least you
gave it your best.
You knew you weren't getting the ding before you even started talking.
I thought maybe I'd sway you, but whatever.
All right, this one might be controversial.
Uh-oh.
Depending on which side of the aisle you fall.
Oh, boy.
The water boy. Prove me wrong. Ollie is the best Cardinals manager since Tony La Russa.
I don't remember when Ollie Marmol brought the Cardinals to the World Series, like Mike Matheny. I don't remember when Ollie did so much more with less, like Mike Schilt.
And let's not forget the NLCS, too.
NLCS for Mike Schilt.
Mike Schilt.
Yes. Also the NLCS for Matheny, if I remember correctly.
As a winner.
A lot of success. And this was after Pujols. Mike Matheny didn't have the opportunity to coach Albert Pujols. His first year, in fact, he was dealing with the mess of not having Albert Pujols. Mike Matheny had a long run of success here. So I can't, in good faith, say that Ollie Marmol, without a World Series appearance, like Mike Matheny, call him the best manager since Tony La Russa here for the Cardinals.
I like Ollie, Anthony, but I like you more.
Hey, thanks, Marshy.
Oh.
I appreciate
and
you.
You're not wrong. Like those teams were, they were competitive. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Ollie Marmol's story has yet to be written.
Judge, I got a question for you.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
Didn't they go to the NLCS the following year? It was World Series against the World Series Red Sox. They lost to the Red Sox in 2013.
They went to the NLCS 3 years in a row. So they went in 2012, lost to the Giants. Went in 2013, beat the Dodgers. Went to the World Series, lost to the Red Sox. Went back in 2014, lost to the Giants once again.
Then it was like the divisional series, wild card out.
Travis Travis
Ishikawa to right.
Yeah, that was 2014. 2013 was when they had a 3-1 series lead and blew it.
That's when Barry Zito came here.
Could have went to the World Series 3 years in a row.
Son of a, you know what?
Baseball heaven, man.
All right, Carrie and I, we watched the documentary a couple summers ago. Changed our whole perspective on this team. The Ivan Herrera worshiper wants to know, prove me wrong, the New York Football Giants will make the playoffs this year under Coach Harbaugh.
Yeah, there's no way in hell.
I mean, you can expand.
Nah, I don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I'm not going to change my answer. I just want to hear what you had to say.
There's no way in hell they make the playoffs, man. They're in a tough division. The Philadelphia Eagles still in their division. The Cowboys, I believe, will be better. And the Giants, their best receiver, I don't know if he's going to be able to play anytime soon. His knee looks like he's dragging it around. They got infighting between their quarterback and their supposed to be star outside linebacker / DN. They got some things going on in there. And then they got Famous Jameis, who is outstanding. Man, that dude is a special man. But he's not special for the team anymore because he's not starting. He's the backup. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do offensively, defensively, special teams. I love John Harbaugh. I think he's a great guy, great coach. He ain't got enough going on there for him.
I want to go back to the Broncos thing, and this is off the record in terms of prove me wrong, right?
Okay.
So we're just having a discussion now.
Sure.
Because we got a text from Collinsville Catsup Bottle. We beat Josh Allen next year. I think they meant to say this past year, and the Chiefs suck. Like, when it comes to the Broncos, where do you actually fall with them? Because they were a good team last year.
They had an elite defense.
Well, and we also don't know. We think Bo Nix is healthy. For how long?
For sure. Why do we give the Texans a bunch of praise for their defense, even though their quarterback literally is trying to win them games?
Who thinks the Texans are going to win the Super Bowl? Or make the AFC Championship game? No, I don't.
You did in the playoffs.
Until I saw C.J. Stroud play football, and then I no longer thought that.
He was trying.
He was not.
Okay.
I thought their defense, hell, they did almost win, despite him turning the ball over 8 times in 2 games. I don't think they can win a championship if he plays that way. Just like I don't think the Broncos can win a championship unless the quarterback with that defense plays at an elite level. That's just, them's the rules. I don't make them. Just them the rules. You got to marry the two. You got to have you got to work them together.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? If it ain't working together, we ain't got nothing, brother. Good luck.
Yeah. Well said.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all, gentlemen.
All righty. That'll do it. Prove me wrong. Nice job, guys. Really solid effort today. All of you. Great job on the floor. Hey, next Friday morning, June 19th, TMA, along with our radio friends from all 5 Hubbard stations, are set to team up to fill a truck for Operation Food Search. With support from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and the Happy Roof Company, you can stop by the station next Friday morning because TMA will be heading downstairs to broadcast live out front in our parking lot from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. They're going to be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items while they do. We'll be handing out donuts from Donut Drive-In while supplies last, and everyone who stops by will have a chance to enter to win a $500 grand prize. Now is a critical time to support as Summers see a big drop in food donations. So get your food donations ready. Bring them out by next Friday morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. with TMA and 101 ESPN out front of Hubbard, St. Louis. That's 11647 Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. Carrie, we'll see you there too.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, you know what? The TMA guys probably got it covered.
You think?
We'll give our donations here, and they can take it outside in the morning. You know what I mean?
You don't think we should be?
We'll donate. Okay.
From here?
We'll donate Thursday night because we're the afternoon shift. We'll donate our canned goods and non-perishable food items. Then while broadcasting, they can take it downstairs and they'll be outside.
Okay.
What I'm saying, Carrie, is we don't mix a lot with the morning crew.
Why not?
Yeah, why? What's your problem?
We just don't do it. We just don't see him a lot.
Like above it or
No,
something.
we just don't see it a lot. You know?
I saw Doug at Mobile yesterday.
That's different, Marsh. I'm talking about in these hallways.
Were you getting a
I saw
drink?
Doug in the hallway.
When? When did you see Doug
I saw
in the hallway?
Martin last week.
Yesterday, I think.
We saw Martin last week because we had a presentation, a meeting.
Martin's an IndyCar driver now. Did you
Yeah, I
guys see
heard,
that?
I heard
is
that. Yeah.
Do you win?
I don't think he was racing anyone.
He got to wear the outfit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which was cool.
Gotta make you a race car. Have you guys done the ride along?
I did it
not.
one time.
Did you?
It
It's
was
awesome.
pretty wild.
Are they flying around there?
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
get so close to that bleeping wall.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this guy's going to crash.
You don't realize just how tilted the track is.
Yes, it's
Seriously.
very high. Like, yeah,
It's
the
like
tilt is.
like sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at. I did a ride along with Brad Keselowski when he was a rookie.
Wow.
It was in Atlanta. It was at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Been there.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And he was a great dude, right? Like new on the scene and all that. And he did the ride along thing. And I was sideways looking at him as I thought he was going into the wall. You know?
And you're like, you start to,
Yeah,
in
you
the
start
car,
to, like-
you start to shift.
You start to lean over, and then you're like, this is probably not doing a damn thing.
No, the car ain't moving.
No. Is this good at 205 miles per hour?
man.
All right. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. If Connor McDavid stays in Edmonton, will that bum be the Mike Trout of hockey? That's next on 101 ESPN.
I don't think there's anybody more committed to Edmonton than Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Okay? I expect the next contract that Connor McDavid signs to be a 7-year extension. And I remind your viewers that that's the max term length carrying forward here with the little adjustment made to the CBA. Right? Starting in 27, it will be a 7-year extension.
That was Bob Stauffer, Edmonton Oilers radio color commentator for 590 The Fan in Canada. And that, of course, was on Connor McDavid. Jamie, you looked disgusted by Bob's point of view on that.
Well, Bob is just spouting off. Like, he has no idea. I know Bob. Mm-hmm. Bob's a great dude. He's a funny guy. He's good at parties.
Right.
Yes, he's a good dude. He likes to have some beer. He's a funny guy. He doesn't know what McDavid's thinking.
Yeah.
Like, let's just pretend it's true for the sake of the discussion. First of all, we don't know what McDavid's plans are. If his plan was to do that, why wouldn't he have just signed the 8-year extension when he could have had 8 years making record-breaking money? Instead, he said, I'll play for way less than I'm worth, but only for a couple of years, so you can prove to me that you can put a winner together.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have just signed the extension then? Anyways, neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't think that Bob's correct. I think Connor McDavid wants to win. Look at that guy's face when they lost in the Stanley Cup final 2 times in a row. We've seen the behind-the-scenes footage on the Amazon Prime show that they had there. You've seen the disappointment in his face when they didn't win gold medal for the Olympics. Like, this guy wants to win.
Yeah.
He's not just going to sign on for 7 more years. Where do you think the Oilers are going to be? Right now, they have emptied all the cupboards that they possibly have anything in to try and go find players to help get McDavid his Stanley Cup. Who the hell is he playing with in 3 years?
Right.
Who's he playing with that's of any value? They don't have draft picks.
Why would he lock himself into that?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. I think Bob's got his Oilers fan hat on and not necessarily his hockey hat.
Well, why would you want to lock yourself into a management group that even entertain the idea of bringing Mike Babcock in to be your head coach?
Marshy's gotten worse. So the NHLPA demanded to know if the Oilers were serious about hiring Mike Babcock. And they said that if they were, they're immediately asking the NHL for an investigation about all the allegations and things that have been proven to have gone on around Mike Babcock. Today, officially started the NHL investigation. That means that the Oilers said, yeah, we're serious about this.
Wow.
And then you dig deeper on this one. And everybody thinks, like, he was a horrible human being. There's no doubt about it. You hear all the stories from the Detroit Red Wings players, myself included, and other stories from other teams that he was on. But then the one that really kind of, was supposed to have ended his coaching career was in Columbus, where he violated privacy of the players and took their phones and put them up on the TVs.
What are you doing?
And went through wanted to see what kind of character. What do you look up? What do you and your friends text each other? What do you like?
Massive.
Why would you give him
of
your
privacy?
phone?
Yeah.
Like as a
young players. So the young players. So Adam Fantilli was a rookie, just drafted to the NHL. Mike Babcock is a legendary coach. And he says, hey, oh yeah. And he started off by showing Fantilli pictures of his family in the offseason. Oh, this is our cottage up in blah, 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 blah. You know, and he's like, oh yeah. And so he's like, do you have any pictures of your family? Fantilli's like, oh yeah. He's like, oh, let me see that for a second. And he screen shared it, like right away. Like, boom, and then start going through the things. And
I just don't.
But wait.
There's more.
There's more. Apparently, that's not the only reason he was let go or forced to resign. Apparently, there's something worse that went on that has never been disclosed. I don't know what it is, but the reports today say that that is not the only reason. There was something even worse, which prompted Babcock to resign immediately.
Well, and I think at the time, too, if I'm not mistaken, because I was listening to Spit and Chicklets when this all went down, I don't even, like, he could still be maybe not because of this other thing that you brought up, but I believe Paul Bissonnette was the one that kind of like casually, or it was either him or Ryan Whitney that like casually brought it up on an episode of Spit and Chicklets.
They brought it up on purpose because they're like the Players Podcast, what they call themselves. And Bissonnette was like, can you believe this? Like hearing this out of, and then they even had, I forget what player on, maybe it was Werenski, and he confirmed it. And then afterwards, before Babcock resigned, they had asked Gaudreau and that, and they, oh yeah, it was not really a big deal, you know, because he was still the head coach. So what are they going to say in the media? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he completely violated our trust and our privacy. Mm-hmm. But then something else happened, and now the NHLPA, probably because their players said, hey, we don't want this guy back in the league.
Sure.
Now the NHL's investigating, so we'll see what happens out of all this stuff.
Well, and with that being said, you know, this is a management group this is all happening because that management group with Stan Bowman is serious about bringing him in. If I'm Connor McDavid and I sign up for more of this for 7 more years when the contract is ready to be signed, like if you don't win, I don't feel bad. Like I don't feel bad for Mike Trout because he signed on a terrible team.
Right.
Like, I don't feel bad. Like it's unfortunate that his talent is going to waste, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike Commodore, who's a former player, too, he can't stand Mike Babcock either. And he was on a radio show, I forget which one, in Edmonton talking about this. And the guy's like, well, why would Connor McDavid sign off on this? And Commodore was 100% ready. He goes, do you think Mike Babcock's ever going to do anything to Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl? He's like, he's not an idiot. He'll treat those guys like gold.
Right. Yeah.
They'll love him. And then he'll just crap on all the third and fourth liners and the fifth and sixth and seventh defensemen. They'll all be the ones that
get it.
That get it.
And all the people that work in the building. I saw that.
Oh, he's terrible to people. Yeah. He'd walk into like people's offices, they're like arena people, and yell at them and tell them how to do their job.
That's good. It makes everybody feel like they can buy in.
Oh.
Nice.
Good luck, Edmonton.
And good luck, Marsh and I. Because one of us is going to have to take on Jerry, who knocked off Jamie yesterday.
Jerry.
Whoa,
different guy, right?
Yeah,
that is French toast.
Hopefully this Jerry doesn't make us have to put cotton balls up our nose.
Yeah, no kidding.
That Jerry was a real jerk that day.
Well, we'll find out who Jerry chooses next in the Gauntlet on 101 ESPN.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:05, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And for a third consecutive show, we're joined by Jerry, who will participate in the Gauntlet today. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Doing great, Jerry. You got Carey out of the way. You got Jamie out of the way. Who are you choosing today, me or Andrew Marsh?
I want to find out if I'm a good guy, so I'm going to go pick Marsh.
Okay, not a bad approach. Have you questioned yourself about whether or not you're a good human being?
I feel like I am, but I just want a little confirmation.
Yeah, let's find out. Because Marsh, as regular listeners know, Marsh only defeats good guys here in the Gauntlet. So if you advance to the championship round, that's a great thing, but you will find out whether or not you're a scumbag. So I think this is it's a big moment in your life, Jerry.
It is.
Yeah. All right, well, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel, and then we'll kick him out.
Spin that wheel, Marsh.
All right, the wheel has been spun, and Marsh in his Mark McGuire Cardinals T-shirt will get out of here and head to the Cone of Silence, where he'll be joined by the one and only Mike Ryder. Jerry, any thoughts on what you want today as a category?
Well, I don't want to be greedy, but baseball has been very, very good to me.
Yeah, it certainly has.
I would like baseball again.
Well, Jared, it's not baseball. You got hockey.
Oh. Yeah, so here's the deal.
Pretty good.
Yeah, here's the deal with hockey. You don't want to face Jamie. Second person I don't think you want is Marsh, but we'll find out here. All right. You're going to get 4 hockey-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Nikolai Ehlers scored the first 2 goals in Game 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final, making him the first player to find the back of the net twice in the opening round of a final series in a final since Al MacInnis did it in 1989. What team was Al MacInnis on in 1989?
Probably not the Blues. That's too obvious. I'll say Montreal Canadiens. Final answer.
All right, Jerry, question 2. Zach Werenski is the Columbus Blue Jackets' all-time leader in goals, assists, and points by a defenseman, and now is the first to win the Norris Trophy for that club. He is the 6th American player to capture the award. Who was the last American to win it in 2024?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Zach Werenski is Columbus Blue Jackets' all-time leader in goals, assists, and points by a defenseman, and now the first to win a Norris Trophy for that team. He is the 6th American player to capture the award. Who was the last American before him to win it in 2024?
Options, please.
Was it Adam Fox, John Carlson, or Quinn Hughes?
So, Adam Fox. Final answer.
Question number 3. The team that wins Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final wins the championship 76% of the time. Who was the last team to lose Game 1 but still skated away with the cup?
Options.
Was it the Vegas Golden Knights, the Florida Panthers, or the Colorado Avalanche?
What was the options again, please? I'm sorry.
Vegas Golden Knights, Florida Panthers, Colorado Avalanche.
Go Florida Panthers. Final answer.
All right, Jerry, last question. Jack Eichel is the 8th fastest player in NHL history to reach 50 assists in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Name the player that completed this feat the fastest in only 34 games.
Options.
Connor McDavid, Mario Lemieux, or Wayne Gretzky?
I'll go Mario Lemieux. Final answer.
Okay. Let's bring back Marsh from the Cone of Silence right now. Jerry, how you feeling in round 3 here?
Good.
Say not too good?
Not too good.
All right, we'll see what Marsh has here. Marsh, again, he's walking back in from the Cone of Silence. He's got the Road to 62 t-shirt on. Mark McGuire. Got his green Cardinals hat on today. The World Series, what was that, Marsh? 2000.
This is I can't remember if it's the 82 or the 2006. It's on the side. Can you see it?
We cannot. It's got to be on the other side. Yeah, we got. Let's see. 20. Oh, it's 2013.
No. 2011. 2011.
Okay, my bad. I couldn't see.
It's weird because the logo is not it's the old school logo. But
Yeah.
the 2011 World Series.
Yeah, it's like the 80s logo.
Yeah. A little confusing.
That hat's got curveball written all over it.
Yep.
All right. Well, this works out perfectly, Marsh. Perfect transition.
Is it baseball again?
You got hockey. That's right.
Oh.
Hockey is your category.
Pack a lunch.
Okay.
All right, here we go, Marsh. Nikolai Ehlers scored the first 2 goals in Game 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final, making him the first player to find the back of the net twice in the opening period of the final since Al MacInnis did it in 1989. What team was MacInnis on in 1989?
The Calgary Flames. Final answer.
Question 2. Zach Werenski is the Columbus Blue Jackets' all-time leader in goals, assists, and points by a defenseman, and now is the first to win the Norris Trophy for that team. He is the 6th American player to capture the award. Who was the last American player to capture it in 2024?
2024? The Norris?
Yeah.
Well, it would have been Quinn Hughes. 2025 was... Yeah, it was Quinn Hughes. Final answer.
Question number 3. The team that wins Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final wins the championship 76% of the time. Who was the last team to lose Game 1 but still skated away with the cup?
Ooh, okay. So the Blues did it in 2019. They lost Game 1. 2020... Oh, jeez. Lose Game 1. Lose Game 1 and win the cup? Well, that would have been last year when the Florida Panthers lost in Game 1 to the Edmonton Oilers. So read the question one more time.
The team that wins Game 1 of the Stanley Cup wins the championship 76% of the time. Who was the last team to lose Game 1 but still skated away with the cup?
Yeah, last year's Florida Panthers. Final answer.
Final question, Marsh. Jack Eichel is the 8th fastest player in NHL history to reach 50 assists in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Name the player that completed this feat the fastest in only 34 games.
50 assists?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Man, I think it's got to be either Wayne Gretzky or Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid 2 years ago went off and had a ton of assists. I'm going to go with Connor McDavid. I'll shoot from the hip. Connor McDavid, final answer.
All right. Let's go over these. Round 3 for Jerry. He gets to find out whether or not he's a good human being or a scumbag. Marsh gets to find out whether or not he's heading to the penalty box or not. And we start with that last question, gentlemen. Jack Eichel is the 8th fastest player in NHL history to reach 50 assists in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Name the player that completed this feat the fastest in only 34 games. With the options, Jerry went with Mario Lemieux. Other options were Connor McDavid and Wayne Gretzky, the 2 names that Marsh was debating. Eventually, without the options, sided with Connor McDavid. Correct answer is...
Well, Connor McDavid set a record for assists in the Stanley Cup playoffs. However, Wayne Gretzky is the answer.
Wayne Gretzky is the correct answer, so we have a 0-0 tie. The team that wins Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final wins the championship 76% of the time. Who was the last team to lose Game 1 but still skated away with the cup? Marsh said the Florida Panthers. Jerry said the Florida Panthers. Correct answer is...
The Florida Panthers.
Only difference is Marsh didn't need the option, so he's got a 2-1 lead right now over Jerry. Nikolai Ehlers scored the first 2 goals in Game 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final, making him the first player to find the back of the net twice in the opening period of the final since Al MacInnis did it in 1989. What team was MacInnis on in 1989? Marsh said, the Calgary Flames. Jerry, without the options, went with those Montreal Canadiens. Correct answer is...
the Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames. Marsh now takes a 4-1 lead over Jerry. Zach Werenski is the Columbus Blue Jackets all-time leader in goals, assists, and points by a defenseman, and now is the first to win the Norris Trophy for the club. He's the 6th American player to capture the award, who was the last American to win it in 2024. Andrew Marsh said, well, of course, it's Quinn Hughes. Jerry went with Adam Fox.
That's a good answer.
Correct answer is...
Quinn Hughes.
Jerry.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Not today.
Jerry got good and bad news. Bad news, you will not be advancing to the Gauntlet Championship. Good news is, you're a great dude.
Great.
Hey, I had a lot of fun, guys. Love listening to y'all's show down here in Dallas. Can I give a quick shout out to my family real quick?
Of course. Go for it, Jerry.
I just want to say hello to my lovely wife, Laura, my 3 amazing kids, Hannah, Grant, and Haley, my 2 son-in-laws, Mason and Tyler, my awesome grandson, Brooks, and my granddaughter to be named later, who will be born sometime in August. We'll find out.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, well, congrats,
Sounds like a
Jerry.
great family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for playing, and congrats getting to round 3.
Yeah, great job, Jerry.
All right,
job,
take care, Jerry. All right. Marsh, congratulations.
Man,
another good guy, waxed.
Come on, man.
6-1 was the final today. Jerry Bear took
How
one.
do you sleep at night?
I sleep pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of in my wheelhouse. So
That was, yeah.
Lined it up.
I mean, you won it after the first question. And looking at Jamie, he had 2 thoughts. 1, I wish I had this yesterday.
Yes.
2, Marsh is going to do pretty well here.
Yes.
Yeah, and you did.
Yeah.
So, well done. Well
Thank
done,
you.
Marsh. 6-1 winner over Jerry. No save opportunity for me, and I'm just fine with that. So, good work. All right. Sports Six Pack is next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you have any questions for us, send it to that text line, and we'll do part 1 of the Sports Six Pack next. It's funny. I use my garage door multiple times every single day, just as I'm sure you do as well. But until recently, I never really thought much about it, how it worked, whether or not it was efficient, whether or not it was actually costing me money. I opened it, it closed, all good, right? But I had Don's Garage Doors out to my house, and it was one of those experiences that reminded me how valuable a good local company can be. Their technician, Jordan, fantastic. He was great. He was friendly. He was professional, and the kind of person that can explain things without making you feel like you should have known something already. And as a homeowner, boy, I like that. It's valuable to me because sometimes you're like, okay, why didn't I know this? And then I'm talking to some company that makes you feel like you should have known X, Y, and Z. But one thing that Jordan told me has really stuck with me: your garage shouldn't be making a bunch of noises. It shouldn't be squeaking. It shouldn't be grinding. It shouldn't be rattling. It shouldn't be struggling to open and close. It shouldn't close with a big thunderous boom. Those type of noises usually is telling you something. Good news: catching those issues early with a tune-up can prevent bigger repairs down the road. And let's be honest, your garage door is not a DIY project. You should not be doing things with the garage door to try to fix it if you're not an experienced technician like the guys from Don's Garage Doors. It's the largest moving part in your home. It weighs hundreds of pounds. It needs to operate safely, and every single time you hit that button. That's why I recommend Don's Garage Doors. They keep it simple. They show up on time. They do quality work. They stand behind it. So whether you need maintenance, repairs, new opener, or emergency service, they've got the experience and training to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until you're stuck in the driveway. Schedule your tune-up today at donsgaragedoors.com or by calling them at 866-4 Don's Door.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, time for the Sports Six-Pack, part one at least. 314-399-9646 of the Air Comfort Service text line. If you got any questions for us, that's where you can send them the next two segments. Marsh, fire away with question one.
Question number one.
All right, we got a question going back to the segment that we had before the Gauntlet about the Oilers. We brought up the Angels and Mike Trout. The question is, whose front office is more inept, the Oilers or the Angels? The Oilers have at least made it to the finals, but they have made so many mistakes in the building out of the team. Angels haven't won anything, but they have gotten Trout, Pujols, Ohtani, Rendon, etc. It just never works.
Is it the same front office for the Angels the whole time during that tenure? Because this front office of the Oilers is different. Ken Holland was the GM that got them to the Stanley Cup final twice. Stan Bowman has not.
What? Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
are we just talking overall as an organization or the actual
why
front
don't we
offices?
just, to be safe, why don't we just call it like the overall organization?
Well, the overall organization, the Oilers would be way ahead because they won all those Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Didn't Stan Bowman was there last year when they went to the Cup? But you're saying like he didn't, like he was there. He was the reason why the Blues got Broberg and Holloway.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it's not like he built that team.
No,
In
Ken
fact, he made
Holland,
it worse.
He did. He actually, he did make it
And
worse.
somehow they made it to the Cup.
Well, they have a guy named Connor McDavid's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. What is he?
I think he's going to take off this year. Just pay attention to the Oilers.
Goalie.
Futures bet.
I wish they had a goalie.
The Angels have, since they lost in the ALCS in 2009, they have a grand total of one playoff appearance since that time.
That's probably good.
2014?
It was 2014, yes.
Mm-hmm. I was in college. I think I was a freshman in college at that time.
You know who they lost to?
If I had to guess, let's see, 2014, David Freese was on that team. I think it might have been it's either the Red Sox or the Kansas City Royals.
Kansas City Royals.
Okay.
The Angels won the NL West that year. They lost to the Royals in the ALDS by being swept.
Yeah.
So they did not win a playoff series, a game. They didn't win a series. They didn't win a game.
Mm-hmm.
So last time they won a playoff game was in 2009.
Which was against the Red Sox.
Which was against the Red Sox in the ALCS.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday.
Or Yankees. I'm sorry, Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not great. And they've had one of the best players, a generational talent, Mike Trout.
Yeah, it's his own fault, though. At this point, I blame him. He must like losing.
Yeah.
I'm not being a jerk. I mean, like,
he must prefer it.
I'm not. Carey, if you were the best player in the NFL, and would you stay with the Cleveland Browns? Let's just say, because they're terrible.
I don't know this to be true, but I would assume that there is some sentimental value there in Edmonton for Connor McDavid, team that you drafted.
I'm talking about Mike Trout right now.
Oh, we're talking about Mike Trout?
Yeah. What the hell is he staying with Anaheim? He can say, I want to go. If he loves LA, he'd say, I'm going to go down the street, play with the Dodgers. They'll pay
They don't have enough money for him.
Yeah. At some point, I think there's something a little wrong with Mike Trout.
Maybe he believes that change is going to come.
No,
you know what I mean?
There's no chance. That would make him foolish.
It's been 12 years since they've been to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
they've had,
maybe he's comfortable.
They've had generational talents, him included, Ohtani, Albert Pujols, and you couldn't get the job done.
No, sir.
Yeah, he likes losing.
Okay.
It's bad. It's really, really
Is this
bad.
really bad?
It's really bad.
Question number 2.
Oh, Anthony, from the 636, we are 2 days away from the World Cup. What realistic expectations does Anthony, the soccer guy, have for Team USA?
Reasonable expectations.
Realistic expectations.
Realistic expectations. They ain't gonna do a damn thing.
Oh my goodness!
This U.S. men's, I wanna separate it because the women's have been fantastic. This men's soccer team for the United States, this proud United States of America, has done diddly poo in their history. Soccer continues to fall behind here in the States, even though it is a vastly popular sport. And you know why, guys? Do you know why the United States of America continues to lag behind every country in soccer?
Because they don't love it, Anthony. And
No.
it's because it's a super expensive sport.
It's become a super expensive sport, that's for sure, especially on the youth level. There's so much concentration on games and tournaments and things like that here in America for soccer. We have lack training and practice. You need to spend that time, focus, energy on your training. As opposed to, hey, let's spend $500 million and your kiddos can wear that uniform proudly and play in a bunch of games and we won't have the training. Other countries train. That's the focus. Maybe they play one game a week. Maybe. Rest of the time they're training, focused, and they're kicking our ass. There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Realistic chance? We're not going to do well.
I think they
overall.
I feel like they're in a pretty good group.
Yeah. How do you think you're going to do in a World Cup?
Who's in their group again?
They advance out of their group. Then what?
I think they. I know Turkey is in their group. Let me check real quick.
I'm looking at it right now.
Has the men's United States soccer team ever fallen short of expectations, Marsh?
They got Turkey, Paraguay, and Australia.
I'll answer for you.
They might be fine. They might win 2 of those games.
Right.
But that's not saying much. You got Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey.
Yeah.
What happens after
Not
that?
exactly powerhouses.
Right. And then what?
Then you're just a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, that's correct.
For the
Thank
real
you.
teams.
Yeah. Yeah, you're chum.
Come on, man.
What? I've always been amazed at. We talked about this a long time ago. How the USA doesn't have a stronger soccer program.
The reason is, and we've talked about this as well, is because the best players in the rest of the world, the best athletes in the rest of the world, generally play soccer.
Yeah.
And basketball is starting to pick up, but you gotta be like 6'7". Yeah, it kind of helps. The best athletes here don't pick up a soccer ball. They don't kick it around. They pick up a football. They pick up a basketball.
Baseball.
They pick up a baseball. That's why, in my opinion, ice skates. Like
Bowling ball.
Maybe.
Golf.
Maybe.
Clubs.
Shuttlecock.
I can always count on you.
Big badminton fans.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there playing disc golf. You know?
That's where the best athletes are. They're not on the soccer field. Not all of them. Therein lies the problem.
Oh, that's a really popular sport, though.
Yeah, but
really popular sport.
Is it
Yes.
as popular here
Yes.
as football?
In
Carey's
St.
right on
Louis,
this one, Anthony. I think you just need to be quiet.
Soccer?
Carey's right.
Especially
Soccer's not the most popular sport.
What are we talking about? Are we talking to play or to watch?
To play for
Youth?
Yeah.
Soccer.
But
in America?
Yeah.
At some point, and I won't disagree because I think a lot of players start playing soccer and then they start transitioning to other sports.
Sure.
Like I played soccer growing up. I didn't play football till I was in the 7th grade.
I think soccer is massively popular in the United States.
Soccer is the foundation for all the other sports because of all the footwork involved, and it aids and
stamina.
it helps. Right,
It does. But I remember like when McKinnon
they don't keep playing.
Was young, we put her in soccer because she really, at first, didn't really have any like real athletic ability. And we're like, well, she can't catch a baseball.
Why don't you teach her?
So I tried. And she can now. You should see this kid. She's the best athlete in my family now. But we put her in soccer because all she had to do is just run. And didn't even have to score a goal, just stop the other kids from scoring.
Yeah.
And then she turned into an athlete, and then she was really good at soccer, still is. And then you see this kid throw a spiral with a football right in the front yard. She's like, my boys can't throw a football like that. She's like running a post pattern, catching it in stride, one hand. I'm like, who is this kid? Yeah.
It's awesome.
But she started soccer because she had no prior athletic training.
Yeah, it's a little easier to pick up.
Yeah,
I mean the nuances.
You can run, you can play soccer at a youth level.
Exactly, the nuances of the game. Obviously, as you get older, that's way different.
To see what they do at a professional level, the things they can do with their agility, it's incredible.
Right.
I'm not downplaying that.
And the strategy. No, I'm just clarifying what you're talking. What you were talking about. Yeah. Which is at the youth level. I mean, you start youth level baseball. It's like holy smokes. I mean, it can be complicated to learn the swing and even throwing can make the mechanics of it all, the positions,
timing,
even the rules. So, yeah.
So Anthony thinks they'll be done.
Sooner rather than later.
Okay.
And I hope I'm wrong.
Good old sniffing holes here says that Turkey has some studs.
Oh, great. There we go. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about.
Just ruined it.
And you know, if they get bounced out early, training camps begin in August for NFL. So.
I've never seen someone root so hard against their home country.
Oh, don't you even. I'm trying to make us better. You're trying to keep us where we're at. I want us to be better at this sport. I'm telling you, we got to train more. You can't keep focusing on the games.
I think you got to hold the kids more accountable.
I agree.
Bring more. You got to bring the pool of kids. You got to have more.
No, you don't need a pool. You just need a field.
The pool to pick from.
I'll tell you what we need.
Out of the pool. The hell is good as that? I don't want a swimmer. I want a friggin' soccer player.
Okay. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, I was wrong.
No, Carey's right. He's just not saying it. We're all thinking it. Carey's right, though.
What do you need?
You know what we need.
What do you need? More football players?
Yes. We need way more football players on the soccer pitch.
Oh, man.
Way more.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt.
Come on, man.
Seen some of those other teams?
Yes.
Lots of football players.
Lots of football players.
Some of the best.
Around.
Keep it down.
Thank you. Sports Six Pack Part 2 next on 101 ESPN. Oh, Mosby Building Arts. I got some great deals going on right now. If you have pulled up into the driveway and you notice the outside of your home, it's fading, maybe some weather wear. You just see the cracks. You see the fading siding like I was talking about before. Call Mosby Building Arts because during the month of June, new siding can completely refresh the look of your home. Cleaner, sharper, newer, and the deals are great at Mosby Building Arts. Right now, qualifying siding projects come with free gutters, or homeowners can choose 5% off that project instead. And you just do so, or you qualify for it just by calling 314-909-1800. And again, talk to him about your siding needs. And if that project gets approved, again, you get free gutters, or homeowners can choose 5% off the entire project. Go to callmosby.com if you'd rather just look at the website and some of the great stuff that they've done. You could get a free brainstorming session when you visit callmosby.com. But once you call 314-909-1800 before June 30th and lock in that siding project, you'll qualify for the free gutters or the 5% off. They also have a great deal going on right now. Qualifying laundry room projects come with a free washer and dryer, or you could choose 5% off a laundry room project. So if maybe you're not in the market for gutters and siding, you want to go that route, different ways for you to upgrade the look and the feel of your home, make it more efficient, and go with the absolute experts in the industry. That's Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take on the Mets once again tonight with Andre Palante on the mound. First pitch is at 6:10. Coming up next, we have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack. Get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I have a question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, time for part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, fire away.
Question number 3.
All right, from a 618 yesterday on Rich Eisen's Overreaction Monday on Tuesday segment, the overreaction was Kyler and Tua would both take their new teams to the playoffs. Rich agreed and went into detail on how they would. So Anthony and Marsh got that going for him. Got to be better than having Aaron Rodgers starting for your team.
Dang.
Sorry, Carey. Thoughts on this overreaction Monday on a Tuesday from Rich Eisen?
Definitely an overreaction. Last I checked, Aaron got more MVPs than both those guys combined. And probably playoff appearances in the last couple of years than both those guys combined. So, how about that?
Yeah, how did you do last year?
Made it to the playoffs.
How did you do in the playoffs?
That wasn't the question, Anthony.
He just asked it.
I didn't pose that question. I said they made it to the playoffs, and he's got 4 MVPs, 4 more than those two guys combined.
Okay.
Last I checked.
Now, they did lose to a team that had a quarterback who was trying to
go out by, well, allegedly.
Lose.
Yeah, allegedly trying.
They had a defense that was trying to win.
Yeah, very true. I could certainly see the Vikings taking that next step, making a playoff appearance, I don't know what the actual
team some credit, man.
Why should I? You think either Tua or Michael Penix is going to make it through an entire season?
I think
no. Then you're going to be left with Trevor Siemian. Good luck with that.
I think Tua, a few years ago, was like the second in passing yardage in the entire NFL, Anthony.
Is Mike McDaniel coming with him, or is it Tommy Reese bags? Not even. He's not even calling the plays. It's
Tommy Reese is not even with his family. He's so engulfed in football right now.
Doesn't make him a good play caller.
That makes him a good coach.
Does
I
it?
think. Yeah, that's what they say. That's a lot of people say it. You can't be a coach if you don't stay away from your family. That's what they say.
There's a GM that hung out with his family a little too long.
He got fired.
He got fired.
Marshy knows. Mm-hmm. His GM got fired for taking time off.
It's a couple years ago.
Being with his family.
No, I'm not going with my family.
Fire me
ever. Yeah, I can see the Vikings. The Vikings kind of fit that mold this season of like, hey, they got that. It's basically them 2 years ago. We got a reclamation project as a QB who steps into a much better situation. The Vikings have one thing the Falcons don't. They have great coaching.
Marshy hates his coach, so he's going to disagree.
He loves his DC. He hates his head coach.
I love Brian Flores.
Yeah, he loves DC.
See?
Well, here's the thing with the Vikings is, they have this 50-50 battle going on right now. And you heard Kyler Murray yesterday talk about some of the troubles of splitting reps. He is a new quarterback in a new system, not a easy system to learn. And he's splitting reps right now. Like, yes, it is very early in the offseason, but still, like, every rep counts. And we saw yesterday he threw 2 interceptions in 7-on-7. Like, he needs those reps. And if he's not getting those because there's a 50-50 split, I don't know when that will end. There's some reports saying it could be soon. But let's say that goes into training camp and he's not getting the amount of reps that he needs. It could be a slow start for Kyler Murray and the Vikings. So I don't know. I don't know how how that'll go.
Now he's mad at Kevin at KOC again.
Yep.
No, he loves him.
Splitting those refs. And I will tell you all, Major Stronzo made a great point. The black and gold lost in the first round because of Artie the Party still thinking that you can run an offense with 3 tight ends. That ain't how you run offense. And Rambo said, tell these other guys, can't win unless you're in. And we were in.
Are we still talking about this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys were. You were in. You're right. You're in.
And neither one of you guys were.
And
you guys were watching.
We never will be.
My team got to the Super Bowl.
Jamie, you're right. They did.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
What is 13 personnel?
That would be 1 back, 3 tight ends.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 tight ends.
Who runs 13 personnel a lot?
The
Rams.
Ohio State Buckeyes.
So the Rams run. That was a pretty good
That's true,
football
too.
team last year, right?
Damn good football
So
team.
you can be good by having tight ends be
The focal point of your offense.
point of your offense. Interesting. Okay.
Yep. If you run the ball well, and you got the MVP of the league throwing to one of the best receivers in the league, you can do that. Everyone else can't. And that's including the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wouldn't lean on what the Rams did and say that was they got one guy. And then when they get in the red zone, they don't even run it in. They throw it to Devontae Adams. Yeah. Goal line touchdowns. So
Steelers did have an 8-foot tight end, though.
yeah, I wish he was playing tackle. I do. I know he just got paid, man.
He is a massive human being.
He got 4 years, $42 million, and I'm just thinking, man, you could have got 4 years, $140 million if you play left tackle. But that ain't everybody's, thing in life. So what am I? Who am I? What do I know, Anthony?
You know a lot.
I don't know much.
A whole bunch. Yeah. Is that it for the Sports Six-Pack, Marsh?
Well, we're about 3 questions behind, but we are way behind on the time. So I'm going to be...
Sports 9-pack.
Those other shows don't worry about time.
Yeah.
Well, we're not those other shows.
Time is on my side.
I'm just trying to be responsible. I mean, we can keep going. I'm just trying to be responsible.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Because this next segment's going to be a good one. LeBron is a total fool. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel is the best place to bet all your favorite players during the NBA playoffs. Play your game any way you want. And best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. And tonight, the Knicks are taking on the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are trying to even up the series. At 2-2, will Victor Wembanyama be the force, or will Karl Anthony Towns do what he does best and facilitate all over the court? Check it out. All you have to do is head to FanDuel.com/local to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA, must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. Minimum $5 required. For 7 consecutive days, $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
right, this one should get at least Jamie riled up. Might get our guy Carey Davis also riled up. So LeBron James decided to respond to the GOAT question after being asked about the inevitable GOAT debate surrounding him and Michael Jordan during a recent interview with The Time. LeBron said, quote, "I'm not taking nobody over me," James said. It's part of a wide-ranging profile published on Monday. "There's no question. But I think Mike will say the same thing," James said. "Rest his soul, Kobe will say the same thing. Magic will say the same thing. Bird will say the same thing. Shaq could say the same thing. The late, great Wilt, Kareem. I don't think none of us are going to take somebody else." Gary, I thought you made an interesting point when you said to us, MJ would never say that.
They literally have never said it.
I've never heard any of those guys say that.
That's the funny thing to me is
ever.
He's saying all of these people would say it. You've never heard them say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jordan has never, they all are deferential. They give credit elsewhere to all of the players that have played the game. They've never said it. And maybe he feels that he's, being the one. I'll say it, just they won't say it. That's not a good look, in my opinion. But you can have at it, brother. But I don't think it does for him what he thinks that it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It does not give more people. It makes you look weaker, in my opinion, in your case for why you continue to say this about yourself. And one of my favorite quotes, Walter Payton said this: "When you're good at something, you tell everybody. When you're great, they'll tell you."
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to continuously say, "I'm the greatest," and pound your chest and stand up and say, "I'm the best to ever do it." No, that's not what that is. It's just, I've watched every single, not every single, but I've seen many people who some would consider the greatest of their time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say it. I watched Mike Tyson sit there next to Muhammad Ali in an interview and like, "Are you the greatest?" Like, "No, he is." Mike Tyson, that's Mike Tyson, and I'm sure Muhammad Ali would say someone before him, because you don't have to say that about yourself.
Right.
When you're great. Your credentials speak volumes without you saying a word, and it's weird that it always has to be said by him and be reminded for everyone else to know that that's how he feels about himself.
Right. Or it comes out in other ways, like, if the Lakers need to pay me the max amount if they're serious. There's always something where he seemingly needs to be told that he is either one of the greats or the greatest. And Jamie, I know he's been one of your favorite players, but what do you think?
This is exactly why I don't like him. Like, I'll never take away how good at basketball he is. I'll never take it away. He's one of the best players to ever play the game. But I can say that. You ask Wayne Gretzky, or you interview Wayne Gretzky, he talked about, Connor McDavid, or just guys in his era. Mario Lemieux is one of the greatest goal scorers he's ever seen, ever played. Like, it's never like, "Hey, by the way, remember me? I scored 93 goals one year."
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. And LeBron is like, yeah, Jordan was good, but you saw that time I won. Like, buddy, are you that insecure?
That's what it comes off like.
It comes off as like
very
insecure,
very insecure
egomaniac.
Yeah.
And I'm not even hating right now. I'm just like, I wish he wasn't that way, because he is so phenomenal that Jordan would say, "Man, LeBron James is good." Or other guys would say, "Man, that LeBron James is good." Like, yeah, he might be one of the best of all time. They would talk about him. He'd just sit back and enjoy the compliments. But when you do this and you put it out there talking about yourself, people then critique you. Then they wake up and the negative karma comes your way. Can't wait for you to fail now. Can't wait for you to miss a shot. Can't wait for you to get hurt. Or what? Like, that's what happens.
It's lame. Like, it is. What's Wayne Gretzky's nickname? I forget sometimes. What do they call it?
It's the Great One.
Oh, okay. Does he walk around with a shirt that says the Great One, or does he say, "I'm the greatest of all time"?
He has a big necklace.
Got a chain?
It's GR, the number 8.
And the number 1. Okay.
One.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's got a huge back tattoo. Shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I just think it's weird, man, that you have to continuously double down and tell people that you're great. Again, when you're great, you don't have to tell people. It's known. And he is great. Like, he is, and in some people's eyes, he is the greatest of all time. And in some people, he's not. And you'll never change either side from who they think is the greatest one of all time. And it's not your job to.
Mm-hmm.
You should lean into it and say, I love being in the conversation.
See how much money he's made?
I love
who cares?
that people think that I am. I love that people think that Kobe is, or that Michael Jordan is, or Bill Russell, or Will Chamberlain. We all are great in our own way, in our own time. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, and it doesn't make you weak or not believe how what you've done in your career, because your numbers speak for themselves.
Right.
But I just think when you constantly have to be reaffirmed over and over, and whether it's you doing it or you feel like you need other people to agree with you, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
We get a couple of texts here that says, in fairness, Muhammad Ali is famous for saying he was the greatest of all time. Okay, here's the difference between Muhammad Ali and LeBron James or Wayne Gretzky, or pick your who you think is the greatest. Muhammad Ali, boxing, it's a promotions.
That's what that was.
And Muhammad Ali was eons ahead of everyone else when promoting. When, like, the WWE is what it is because of people like Muhammad Ali who hyped it up and made people want him to lose. So they showed up at the fights and they bought things, and that's called the promotions game.
Yeah.
It's way different than being in another sport and just claiming that you're the greatest of all time.
I think this is what happens too he was doubted at such a young age, LeBron, that the critic was always constant. And I think this is what happens
I don't think
anybody doubted him.
Whether or not he'd be great out of high school.
I think.
I mean,
his first game, he had like 25 points as a 18, 19-year-old. I don't think anyone doubted him.
Carey, I remember a lot of people saying this kid is overhyped and he's not going to amount to anything. There were plenty of critics, initial critics. They're showing his games. Look at this. He's not Michael Jordan. Like, it was instant. I'm not saying everybody was, but I'm saying there was critics early on. And I think this is what happens when you constantly hear the critics. You start to want and crave the praise. Then it's almost like a drug, and you need it. You need to be reaffirmed constantly.
Right.
I'm not defending him. It does look lame here.
Yeah.
Because if he simply just said, "Man, it's an honor to even be in this category. I believe in what I've done, all that, but it's an honor to be." LeBron doesn't strike you as a guy that's like, "Man, I want to hang out with you." Yeah. You know.
Even if he said, it's an honor, I would choose me, but that's me. I'm always going to choose myself. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But when you get to, I'm the greatest, and I think if you ask them, you can't speak for them.
Right.
Speak for yourself. And if that's how you feel, and you feel like you have to reaffirm it and continuously tell people, have at it, brother. But I don't think it does what he thinks it's doing. And maybe he doesn't care. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't care what I think or what you think or what anyone thinks. That's how he is and how he's going to respond. And he's going to say it till I guess everyone else believes it's true.
Sure.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because that ain't going to happen.
I'm with you. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We get the biggest question of the day next. Jamie, our guy Stewie is always available to take your call. Call his personal cell phone number, or you know what, better yet, text him. If you don't want to call him because, listen, I just got a quick question, see if you can help me with something, text him, 314-324-4440. That's the number that Jamie and I both use. But here's the deal. We like to refer to Stewie as our psychopath.
He's my favorite.
He's our favorite psychopath. Because he is so dedicated to helping you save money, it just comes natural to him. So whether you're buying a home, refinancing, debt consolidation. He's got a program for you that will save you money, and there's no hidden costs, hidden fees, and you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of. Quite the opposite. You feel like you're being taken care of.
Yeah, he's straightforward. His customer service is incredible. The group that he has over there at his office is fantastic as well. You make one phone call, you get the answers. Stewie comes by with the paperwork. It's so easy when purchasing a home, and then you hear just the success stories. Stewie tells us all the time about one-on-one ESPN listeners who he's helping out, whether it's consolidating debt or purchasing a home or just getting that loan, or veterans. He loves helping out all the military veterans as well. There's no excuse. Give him a call today. Anthony said it earlier, but it's 314-324-4440. Call him, text him. Just take action. He's our guy. He needs to be your guy. If you can't remember those numbers, Anthony?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
506, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and the biggest question of the day was really generated yesterday. You guys actually had the conversation because T-Bone and Alex Ferrario were having it on the BK and Ferrario show. But then, Carey, you and I got kind of talking about it again today, which is, why are the Cardinals better than last season? When in reality, a lot of the numbers are exactly the same. So Carey and I were going through it. Here's your numbers. Through 64 games last season, the Cardinals were batting .257. This season, through 64 games, .243. They've got a worse batting average, slightly worse batting average this season than last year. On base, .329 last year, .322 this season. So on base was higher than a year ago. Slug, they slugged .395 last season. This year, .388. Comparable, but lower. You guys know I'm a big fan of WRC+. 105 last year, 100 is average. This year, 102. Again, lower. And WAR for the offense, 9.4. 9.4 to to 8.9 this year. So offensively, they were better a year ago through 64 games than they are this season.
What is going on?
Pitching. 4.03 ERA this last year, 3.85 ERA this season.
Flip it.
I'm sorry. Yep, my bad. 4.03 this season, 3.85 ERA last year. So they had a lower
through the same amount of games.
Yes, they had a lower ERA.
Yep.
They've given up 15 more home runs to this point in the season this season than a year ago. 221 walks this season for the pitching staff overall, starters and relievers combined. 177 last year. And strikeouts. This is the only number, pitching or batting, in which this year's team has had a better number, a higher number, or lower number, depending on what the stat is, than a year ago. They have struck out nearly 500 batters this season at 496. Last year, only 456 through the same amount of games. So I ask you, how are they better this year?
We were trying to figure it out because that's what I was like. I don't know why it feels better. It looks better. And so we started like dissecting the numbers and comparing and contrasting to this team with a similar record. I think they were the same record last year as they are right now with 64 games being played. But this year feels so much better.
Yes.
And the numbers don't say that it's better.
It's weird.
The numbers actually say it's a little worse than it was last year in the same number of games. Obviously different players, different pitchers, different players, but it's weird that we're more excited about this thing. And Marshy, I think, made a pretty good point. Last year, we were looking at that team and saying, man, if Nolan Arenado gets going, we might have something. Mm-hmm. If Wilson, gets going, we might have something. So there was that. You were excited about, these guys are going to really pick it up and things are going to take off from there. But this year, you're looking at it and saying, man, Jordan Walker got something going. Right. J.J. Weatherholt, he got some. Alec Burleson is playing his butt off. Man, look at this guy. Ivan Herrera is an on-base magnet. He stays on the bases. And so it feels better, even though the numbers don't tell me that it's better. This is why I say numbers lie. They tell you numbers, women lie, numbers don't. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Numbers lie. The team is far more exciting to watch right now than it was. And Marsh, to his credit, he said maybe it's recency bias. Maybe. Well, I'll speak for myself. I wasn't high on the team last year.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Even after the May that they had, you're like,
there's nothing about it that made me feel like, this could be something special. This year, I do feel like this team could be something special. Something special may not be a playoff, run. It may just be a team that does some really good things with some really good players, and it shows you what the future could be in a few years to come.
Sure. Yeah, I think it feels different this year because of what you just said. And Marsh, I think you echoed this too. And actually, you know what, Marsh, go ahead, because I don't want to steal your point.
So I think the difference between this year and last year, despite the record being the same, is that this team shows grit and the ability to never die, right? Last year, an entire 162, the Cardinals had 39 come from behind victories. This year, they already have 19.
Wow. 19
come from behind wins. They blew 32 games last year. This year they've blown 11. Now there's a lot of time left. But I think with this team is they have shown that no matter what the score is, they are going to play a full 9 innings more times than not. That is what is entertaining, and I think that has so much more value than how they won games last year.
Yeah.
Because they will blow out teams like they did last night, 7-0. But they will also be down in games, and they will come back and win those games.
Sure.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah, there's excitement to this team. Plus to combine, maybe it's the combined. Where Carey talked about a lot of the youth being served right now. You also feel like this is more sustainable. In a weird way, you feel like this is more sustainable because of the young players, as opposed to a year ago. You're like, I know that Nolan Arenado his offensive numbers are in decline, or I know that the pitching staff led by the Fed man is not going to be great, or the McCollis. We know that they're kind of on borrowed time, even though the May performance was good. This year, it's like, maybe. Hey, Jordan Walker, MVP candidate. J.J. Weatherholtz feels like a 17-year rookie or a 17-year veteran as opposed to a rookie. Mm-hmm. Whoever, go on and on and on. It feels more sustainable now because the younger players have stepped up, and you feel like you've got a bright future as well as a bright present.
Well, and I think at this time last year, heading into July, you started to see the pitchers starting to just tail off. I mean, they were terrible. The offense, not good. I think you're seeing the opposite right now. Like the Cardinals just got healthy, right? We just saw what that lineup looks like with Nootbaar, Wynn, Weatherholt, when all of the guys are in there, what that looks like. And to me, that is trending upwards compared to what they were doing at this time last year, which was they were about to trend down. Mm-hmm. That's what they were doing. They were heading down, and plus we have we have hindsight, right?
Yeah,
we know how it ended.
Right. Yeah, this we still have hope. Like, oh well, even though the numbers are worse than it was a year ago, they're not on the same path as they were last season.
But even the pitching, I think the pitching is nowhere near as head scratching as it was last year for the starters.
Right.
And the bullpen is starting to kind of come around as well.
And the ceiling is higher.
The ceiling is higher.
Yeah. All right. Brad Thompson will join us next to continue this Cardinals conversation. So we'll talk to him about the current 5-game winning streak and some things that he's seeing out of some of the players that have come back from IL. That's next on 101 ESPN.
America's turned 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating. And they're offering $250 to users in the state of Missouri. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. But before you do that, you got to download the app. Got to make sure you got the right one as well. Get to the App Store, punch in Circus Sports, and it's the white logo. Click on that one. And once you sign up and you put in your $250, you are good to go. And the way it works is once you get through your $250, Circus Sports, they put $250 right back into your account, and you're free to continue betting and playing and doing all the things you love to do with Circus Sports, whether it's player props, parlays, futures bets, money line bets. They do have the best odds of any app that is out there. So when you get going with Circus Sports, you know you're going to get bigger payouts when you win, and they celebrate their winners. They don't stop you, block you, and prohibit you from continuing to win. Nah, they applaud you. They want you to keep winning. They want you to love everything about Circus Sports. For more information about the app or the casino itself in Las Vegas, get online and visit circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. In Missouri, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We're talking everything Redbirds with Cardinals TV analyst Brad Thompson on 101 ESPN. BT is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, the ultimate home run for wings and wins.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Brad Thompson joins us right now via the Callier and Thompson phone line. BT, 2006 World Series champion, and of course alongside Chip Carey for the Cardinals TV Network. He'll be on. He's on most of the calls, of course, for the Cardinals TV Network. What's up, BT?
Yeah, not today, Anthony.
Not today. Yeah,
no
you heard it.
Well, why aren't you here with us?
Yeah, well, that would have been great too. But I am at the O'Fallon Family Sports Park getting ready for a 6 o'clock game against the Wildcats. You know?
Right. Okay. No.
Priorities, gentlemen, priorities.
If you want to, if you don't want to, obviously just do your spin rate thing. But what's Dylan's team name?
They're the Bombers. They are the Bombers.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. You and I.
Bombers are having a pretty good year.
Good.
Let's go.
Nice.
But they're going to get tested this weekend, boys. We got a little travel tournament. We're going up to Omaha. That should be fun. We're going to take in some College World Series. Going to play some new teams. So
excellent.
I'm looking forward to it, man. You know how it is. You guys remember that as kids. Anytime you get to travel and be just a terror at a hotel, everybody loves that.
BT, I had two opportunities when I was growing up to go to Omaha, Nebraska to play in a baseball tournament. I played for a select baseball team back home.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, BT. The first game that we had, I think we won, and we thought we were hot, you know what. And then there was a team out of Texas. I swear to God, those guys
play baseball in Texas.
Well, they do a lot. BT, they had mustaches, and I thought, there's no way these kids are 8. One kid threw about 95. I think we lost 25-0, and I don't think we won another game in that tournament. But you'll have fun. You guys will do great.
I hope that guy didn't have a kid and he's in the same tournament.
Right.
I haven't done enough scouting yet. I think the first team we play is from Nebraska, so I'm sure those kids will be small. So that'll be something.
Corn-fed kids.
What position does Dylan play?
He's playing some second base, pitching, and then he'll roam some outfield a little bit, but mainly second and pitch.
Nice. Good.
BT, does he listen to you? I mean, not like you have any experience playing the game. My son does not listen to me at all. I'm like, dude, what are we doing here? Hey, you want to play football?
Everybody else does.
Right.
It's crazy. Everybody else does. You got other parents coming out on the field. You know how it is. You go out to a football field, or Jamie, you're at anywhere near a rink. People are coming up to you and asking for tips. Not my kid. No, sir. So he will listen to me with the pitching stuff, which I appreciate. But anything else, like Dad doesn't know anything. I did play another position my entire life. It's not like I just came up as a pitcher at a young age. But either way, I think that's just part of the dynamic. I haven't talked to anybody who's like, yeah, my kid listens to everything I say and implements it. Like, that's not a thing. Like, I don't feel like that's a thing. And if your kid does do that, they're probably doing something really bad somewhere else. Like, if they're listening to you there, like, they probably have a whole Breaking Bad side gig somewhere.
That's awesome. BT, go. So circling back here to the Cardinals, Dustin May was fantastic in last night. He's had a really good run here. What are you seeing out of Dustin May that just wasn't there in the first couple of starts?
Command. I think command is the biggest one, right? Controlling counts. Early on, he was not controlling the counts. It was like 1-0, 2-0. And then while you look at the radar gun, you see 97, 98. How do guys hit that? Well, when you're sitting on fastball, it's easy to hit, right? So that's been the biggest thing, is him getting ahead. And then you look at some of the location of his secondary stuff. He's hitting spots early in the season. When I say early in the season, I mean his first 2 outings, because those are the 2 that were abysmal. I think he gave up 17 runs in those 2. You take those couple away, his numbers are crazy good on the season. But everything was just kind of elevated. Everything was missing spots. And I don't know if that was a product of him trying to prove it, like that he's back, that he's healthy. But he just looks more under control here as of late, and it's been fun to see. It's been fun to see this added dynamic too that May brings, and you're starting to see more of it from Liberatore, of that swing and miss. I know he had 6 strikeouts last night, but he punched more tickets last time against the Brewers. Like, he is just really solid and confident.
BT, the addition of Lars Nootbaar and then now Nathan Church coming off a 3-hit night last night. I mean, how drastically different does the bottom of that lineup look now?
Dude, the potential is so much higher than it was. Now, it doesn't mean that the guys that were there before, like I'm rooting big time for Victor Scott II. I want him to go down to Memphis, want him to tear it up, figure it out, because I believe that this lineup is better with his speed and athleticism a part of it. But Church has a whole lot of those things too, right? So Church, he can go play a Gold Glove center field. He's got some good bat-to-ball skills. He's got some sneaky pop. And that was the biggest difference early in the season, guys. And the Cardinals were rattling off runs when they were scoring over 5 runs a game for the first month of the season. Yeah, your big boppers were getting it done 1 through 4. Obviously, that's going to have to happen. But the bottom of the order was getting it done. 5 through 9 were figuring out ways to contribute and to get on base. And Vic was hot, and Pajes was hot, and other guys that were near the bottom of the order were getting it done. I think that you see more of a potential to do that. So on a given night, you know, your normal night where Lars protects walk, your lineup looks so much better. And then you have that depth, and you have him, and you have the ability to have Crooksy in there too, who is slow out of the gate to the MLB level, but we all know he was tearing it up at AAA. Like, there are some guys that can really hurt you at the bottom of the order. So to me, there's a lot of excitement around that group.
BT, we just went through the Cardinals through 64 games for this year and versus last year, and I won't bore you with all the numbers, but for the most part, all of the numbers are worse this year than they were last year at this exact same time, yet it feels like the team is much better. Can you explain it? Do you feel like this year's team has more excitement than what you were feeling maybe at this point last year?
Yeah, I think the explanation is your guys' math sucks. I know all of you, and
we didn't do the math.
What the hell, Brad?
We didn't do the math.
No way that any of you cheated off somebody else's work.
Yeah, we pulled it off the computer.
That makes sense. That's more like my crew that I remember.
Yeah, that's fair, BT.
No, I think one of the things is, first of all, like your record, who you're playing. Like when you rattle off wins, it doesn't really matter what the overall numbers end up looking like. I mean, there is a difference there. You also traded away some huge pieces, so we got to remember that from an offensive side. Contreras gone, Nato, even though he didn't have the same numbers that we're used to seeing from him a year ago, he's gone. Donovan, arguably your best player, maybe not even arguably, he's gone. So like that makes a lot of sense why some of those numbers would end up being down. But at the end of it, I think that you have a group like and just eyeball tests. Like forget the wins and losses part of it, which has everybody excited. The part that is tangible to me is that it's very evident that everybody feels like they have an ownership of this team. Like they are all a part of the future, and they play like that. Like they that has been laid out there from Chaim Bloom and from Ollie. Said, hey, you guys get a chance to dictate what the next 5, 6, 7 years look like for this organization, and they seem to all be buying into that. So there really is a true energy. It's like. It's lip service to just say, oh, this team plays hard and they have a lot of energy. Like, watch them. You watch this game to this point, or watch this team to this point in the season play each and every game. And, yeah, there's going to be games where it looks flat when you're not able to hit. Like, it's amazing how that happens. You look flat when you don't score any runs. But at the end of the day, like, they play hard. They do the little things well. They run stuff out. Like, very rarely do you see a guy dog anything. And if he does, there tends to be a good reason behind it. There was a play last week where I was watching it in real time, and I'm like, dude, do I say something about this? I'm not going to. And I'm glad I didn't, because come to find out Mason Lynn was dealing with his knee instead of busting out of the box on one. But it's like they just play hard. I feel like that's the most tangible difference. Not that they weren't playing hard last year, but it just feels like a different level of ownership.
Brad, we know you're working with Dylan right now. We know you got a game to prepare for, so we'll let you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weekend in Omaha, Nebraska. And if you see some man that could probably throw 95 from Texas, go ahead and tell him that I still think about him.
All right. Do you remember a last name, Anthony?
I don't.
There are some last names that stick with you. Like there was one for me. I have one last name that sticks with me, and this was in high school, Legion, senior year. And I may have told you guys this before. If not, well, here it is. I got to pitch. I got to play in an all-star game, which of a big feat as a pitcher too. Like I played nothing but a position, but I made this Legion All-Star team as a pitcher. I was the last pitcher to get into the game, and I walked 4 batters, hit 4 batters, and then gave up a 3-run home run to a guy who I still remember his name. His name was Mark Filipinas was his name. And a name like that, a name like that just sticks with you. Like, you're not losing that.
I'm shocked that you remember that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, that one's get commitment.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So there are some of those. So if yours was like, I don't know, Rick Filipinas, like you would have remembered that.
I would have.
If that's who it was.
Sure would.
I definitely would have. Yeah. BT, always a pleasure. Good, clean fun here. And a very family show here, the Fast Lane. Now, you go be a dad, you go be a coach, and you bring home a tournament winner, all right?
All right, guys, I'm going to go tell the kids about this story. All right,
Yeah. Share it. See ya.
See you, boys.
See ya. It's our guy, Brad Thompson. You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Shocking that he remembers that name.
I remember, I never got the guys' names, but we were 13 when we would travel like out of town to Florida or Georgia, wherever, to play, a couple of football games. And I'm not exaggerating, 13 years old. I look over, we're getting our stuff, I think we took a bus, getting off the bus. I look over, it's some guys that drove to the game that are getting their pads out of the car. I'm like, wait a minute. This is 13-year-old football. Why is he driving to the game? No lie. Got out of the car, grabbed his pads, and he had his pants on. He was playing. Like,
that seems like a different age group.
He's driving illegally, or he's 16.
Yeah, he ended up becoming the coach of Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah, right. No
Started
kidding.
up a dynasty.
Yeah, right.
My goodness.
Oh, man. I wonder if Dylan, BT's son, will face Danny Almonte this weekend. So we're going to come across him.
You never know.
I'm sure he's still pitching somewhere. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Beat the streak, bet the board next.
Well, if you are thinking about selling your home anywhere in the St. Louis area, please pick up the phone and call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria's name says it all. Your price is Gloria's promise. That's exactly it. She's already got the buyers, too. She's got the buyers in waiting program to speed up the process. So what you'll do is you'll meet with Gloria Lou, and she will discuss your home with you. She'll tell you exactly what the right price is to make the most money off the sale of your home, but also sell it quickly. You don't want to sit on the market forever. It's just bad. You lose money that way. You get frustrated, stressed out. No, don't do that. But again, those buyers in waiting, they're sitting there waiting for your home to be listed. Once it's listed, there's a big part of that group that qualifies for the purchase of your home. You'll get several offers on your home. You will sell quickly, and sometimes you even get more than what you were asking for. That's because Gloria Lou knows exactly what she's doing. To sell your home quickly and for great information, call Gloria Lou. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. We just talked with Brad Thompson. If you missed that interview or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Cardinals take on the Mets tonight, 6:10 first pitch with Andre Palante on the mound. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hit baseballs. All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
Time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Our guy Kevin is back. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Marshy, what do we got for latest streaks, man?
All right. Jamie has a pretty good streak going on.
Way to go, Jamie.
7 is the number. Kevin has a streak of 4.
Way to go, Kev.
I have a streak of 1. And Anthony, you and Carey are back to 0.
Thanks a lot, Lars. What?
Okay.
Nothing.
Jamie Rivers.
This guy doesn't hit home runs, but he sure hits a baseball. Give me that Herrera.
Ivan Herrera.
Yep.
Off the board. All right, Kev.
All right, I'm gonna let Jonah take it again this time. We're on our way to a baseball game, so.
All right.
Let's go, JJ Weatherholt.
There you go.
Nice.
Really good selection there. All right, JJ Weatherholt off the board. Marshy.
I'm gonna go with Jordan Walker tonight.
J Show. And CD.
Give me Juan Soto.
You.
All right, I'll take Burleson. Guy's red hot right now.
He is.
I'll take Burley. All right. So this is how it breaks down. Jamie selected Ivan Herrera to get a hit. Kevin and Jonah went with J.J. Weatherholt. Marsh went with Jordan Walker. Carey selected Juan Soto, and I went with Alec Burleson. All right, Kevin and Jonah, good luck, man.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. From Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. All right, Marsh, how we do last night?
Jamie and I did pretty well last night. Carey and Anthony did not.
Ouch.
That first run you keep doing has not panned out.
I'm gonna do it again because I am stubborn AF.
All right, our standings. I have 5 points. Anthony, you and Carey have 3, and Jamie finally on the board with 1.
All right, Marsh.
Been a while.
Tonight, I'm going with Shohei Ohtani to record a win. His last 4 starts, he has a W next to that decision on the stat game log. So give me Shohei Ohtani to record a win at plus 100. I don't like that. It was at minus 102 about 5 minutes ago. I don't know why that just jumped to plus odds.
I go with it, Marshy.
Not a big jump, though.
No, it's not. But
I mean, at all. I think you'll be fine.
Ohtani to record a win.
All right. Give me those St. Louis Cardinals to score the first run tonight at minus 135.
You believe?
Why'd you do that to us?
Well, the Dodgers scored 12 runs last night. They just didn't score the first.
You should have took them on the money line.
Whatever, dog.
Or plus whatever. Minus whatever. You know. Call me crazy. Give me the Yordan Alvarez for 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI.
Okay.
Wait.
You got it or what?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm good. All right. This is minus 132.
Give me the Phillies on the money line. Minus 136.
There you have it. All right. Well, that is Beat the Streak and Bet the Board here on 101 ESPN. Don't forget, we got Knicks and Spurs Game 4 pregame at 6:30 tonight. Tip-off at 7:30 tomorrow. We've got the Hurricanes and Golden Knights, Game 5, pregame at 6:30, puck drop at 7.
By the way, we got a text from Cody going back to that conversation we had about the Cardinals this year versus last year. He said, I think the biggest difference this year is the payroll. The money per stats is way better.
Yeah, I in terms of like the perception of why we're digging this team more than a year ago.
Yeah, like so the amount of production you were getting last year for the amount of money that you were spending.
Yeah.
Compare that to the amount of money they're spending now, and you're basically getting the same, maybe a little less in terms of offense. Like it's so much better because you're not spending as much.
But again, it's the perception of things because the money spent has really no bearing on how the stats play out.
Yes, but you would think that if you're spending this amount of money, you're getting better production than guys who you're not spending money on.
Right. I think I don't know. Maybe it's a fallacy. It shouldn't be, but I wonder if that's a fallacy.
I'm just excited about watching the Redbirds play, man.
Okay. Yeah, no, we all
don't know
are.
about
Kerry.
anything else.
Kerry.
Yeah.
We know, but you were excited last year.
No, I was not.
No, he wasn't.
No, I was not.
See those blue glasses right there?
I was not.
I don't think he's picked them up one time this year.
Not
maybe
not once.
All right. To move them.
Well, they're right there. So are the red ones.
Okay. We will have criticisms and compliments as well as our 3 stars of the day next on 101 ESPN. miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dodge Star Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Marsh, hit us with those criticisms and or compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, from Curb Stomp, today's show as a whole, Jamie Harry Rivers has been a hump day banger, pun intended. It's always a bonus when our dude BT pops on. What I learned today is that Jamie made Nampons famous in his NHL debut. Go Cards.
Yeah, let's go. Thanks to Jerry Fleming.
And Curb Stomp says, loving the hat, Marshy. Thank you. Biscuit, good show, fellas.
Well, thank you, Biscuit.
Grant Francis Fan Club. I was critical about the NBA segments, but when that segment is critical of LeBron, I actually enjoy it.
This guy here, man.
Jamie, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you just did?
Kerry has this little shaker bottle and this little orange ball that our boss threw at us yesterday. We sitting around, so put it on his shaker to see how long it takes for him to notice. And he put his hand down. He's like, "What the hell?
What's going on here?"
Yeah.
Continue, Marsh, please.
We're children. Don't worry about it. End of the school day.
The Water Boy. Going back to the LeBron segment as a whole, all the other sports shows, the Fast Lane is the greatest of all time.
Thank you.
Wow.
I like it.
Super
It's
nice.
great when somebody else says it.
Yeah. You don't have to.
You don't have to say it yourself.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't hit the same when you say it about yourself. It's done.
Yeah.
Going back to
weird.
Carrie's statement about kids, I'm sure you guys are all the same. Like at the end of the school day, everybody gets a little,
antsy
and whatnot. There was a story when I was in high school. I would always, throughout my time in high school, I always recreate the bell. It was like a boop type thing. And I did it all the time. And one day I did it like three to 4 or 5, like in that time frame, minutes before the actual bell sounded. And I just said it. All the kids are hanging out or whatever. Class is over. School day's almost done. I did the bell noise. My teacher was like, "All right, kids, have a great day." And we all left. And then we're out the door basically, and you hear the bell go off.
Wow.
That's funny. It reminds me of when I played in Ottawa. We had a guy on our team, Andre Waugh, who was like a tough guy, whatever. And he could do the little beep boo, like, for the stewardess. So he'd start doing that. And the ladies who are working the plane would come out, and they're looking to see who's got the orange light on,
Yeah.
And they go back and be beep boo. Oh man! After a while, you're like, like 50 over and back.
Poor people are working. Wow. Jeez.
It was funny, but then I was like, okay,
all right.
The lady's got
We've done enough
issues with her hip flexors.
Yeah,
She's
right.
getting up and down the plane here.
All right, you guys ready for the 3 stars?
Which button is broken?
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book. Now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to these Carey Davis 38 jerseys that we just received. These things are sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'll pull these up for those on YouTube.
Yeah, long time coming here.
Very cool.
101ESPN.com.
Yeah.
I like those.
Get your merch.
Yeah. T-shirts, literally, now available.
Yes. Love it.
Our 2nd star of the day.
Scent on it, too.
You did?
His. Just his.
Can't wait to put it on.
2nd star of the day goes out to 8-year-olds with mustaches that throw 90.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
I stepped in that batter's box. I didn't even see that ball.
You didn't want to see it.
Nope.
I'll go sit down now.
I just happened, looked at the umpire. Yeah, strike. That was 3. Okay. All right. We'll walk right back.
Thank you.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to Brad Thompson's childhood arch nemesis, Mark Filipinas.
Yeah. Man. Four walks and 4 hit batters. That's a rough outing.
And then a 3-run shot.
I guess at some point, Skipper, you gotta come save him from himself.
Yeah.
Go to the bullpen quick.
He should have never faced Mark, if I'm being honest.
Wow. Yeah, right. That's on the. Kerry, you bring up a great
point. Why did that coach not like Brad?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have even gotten to Mark, if we're being honest.
Seriously.
Like, that's a rough outing.
That's a little. Tough. I mean, go out and get the poor guy.
Yeah, maybe he had to wear one that day.
How many? It's an all-star game.
All-star game. And he was the last pitcher. Well, maybe he was the last pitcher.
Maybe he's it. Like, hey, listen, this is going to happen whether you like it or not.
Oh.
To Brad in the game.
Oh. Yeah, it happened all right. That's tough, man.
It's real tough.
That's tough.
So, good luck with that, man. Yeah, you know what? Brad bounced back just fine.
It built character for him.
Certainly.
Like, staying in that game was probably that moment, in life that he looks back on and says, I'll never let that happen to me again.
Sounds like a core memory.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
a core memory.
Guys, at the end of the day, Brad Thompson won the damn World Series.
Yes, he did.
Never heard Mark Filipinas' name.
Yep.
Never heard Mark Filipinas' name until today.
No, exactly.
So,
I've seen some of his work.
I think you're thinking of somebody else.
Little League World Series.
Well, we don't know for sure.
We don't, but boy, Jamie, that's a good point. We don't really know. That's Jamie Rivers. That's Carey Davis. That's Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate everybody listening. We do have the Knicks-Spurs game 4 tonight at 7:30. See ya.